It has that little countdown music, right?
Yeah, but yo, what's up? Directors Talk. We are live. What's happening, everybody? Me and my man Cyrus is in the house. We got another special guest coming through, and tonight, man, we're gonna do something for the first time, but it'll be a continuous discussion we'll have. We will always highlight a director once a month, once every other month, and talk about their filmography and other things. And there's a lot of directors that we might not know have done certain films, and you're like, wow, I didn't know he did that or she did that. And it's kind of cool. And some people need to get their flowers. A lot of people don't understand that I got Bashar coming through.
What's good, fellas?
What's
What's going
happening?
on?
Sorry I'm a little late. I had a little emergency situation. You ever heard of blackened corned beef? Blackened canned corned beef?
Oh, you went Cajun style.
Man, look here. I came home from work, y'all. I was trying to whip me something up before I got on the stream and fucked around. Forgot I left the eye on. So I'm like, something smells well done. So I go in the kitchen. All I heard was, I said, shit. I had to hurry up and take a, what's that shit called? The little spatula. I'm like scraping the bottom of the pan out. So yeah, I got some blackened Cajun canned corned beef over some rice, bro.
Does it taste good still?
I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna eat it after we get done with this, bro. I don't know.
Well,
At least it'll be well done.
hopefully it still tastes good.
Golly, what?
Cajun.
I've been craving that shit all day too, man. You ever like crave something all day? You're like, man, I look forward to some of that my mom's old school canned corned beef and rice, man, and came home and fucked it up. How the hell you fuck up canned corned beef, man?
You know, he's probably busy doing other things, man, and you know,
yeah,
it happens, man. I've been there before, but yeah, when you're craving something all day, nothing else sounds good but that. And to get to the point where you was at, and burnt it up,
damn. Yeah. So, other than that, I'm doing all right, man. How y'all doing?
I'm well, man. It's 9 p.m. on the East Coast. You got 9 p.m. over where you at?
It's 9 over here too.
Yeah. So
yeah, I still got daylight outside. It's like in the 90 degrees out here in California. It's hot.
Yeah, it's starting to heat up now. You see my face still red from being outside all day.
I can see that.
Yeah,
got that glow.
Got that rosy red shit going on.
Yeah, when I tan, but I tell people I turn like a burgundy color.
Yes, same here.
Yeah. Got that. In your skin.
Well, unfortunately, after taking my ancestry, man, I found out that I got 30% colonizer in me, so I guess that's where that comes from.
Oh.
well, as long as you don't burn like them, then you're good.
Yeah, no doubt.
He said like them.
Not like my ancestors, huh?
That separates you from being totally on the other side. Well, my skin don't burn, so therefore I have enough melanin to protect me from the sun elements.
Oh no, I burn. No, trust me, I burn. If I go to a water park, I don't put on some sunscreen, I'm done. Yeah.
Is that right? I know some people get burned and they peel. I just get real burgundy, man, real dark burgundy.
Ooh, I peel, I burn, touch my skin, all that there.
Oh damn! Oh, yeah. Well, you crossed the tracks there, white man.
Yeah. yeah. But my cousin actually has me on her phone as 30% colonizer. I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't tell nobody that shit.
Damn.
But I'm still 70% black though, so I'm still mostly black.
Yeah.
All right, I got you covered.
You know what I'm saying? Right on.
Yeah. Positive people.
You know what I'm saying? Word.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So before we get started, man, I know Rashad, you seen Fast 10 yet? I seen your review on it.
Yeah,
I went seen it last time.
Bad. I haven't watched any review on that film.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to. You don't need to, but it's
if you see one, you've seen them all, that type of thing.
It's a bad film, but it's still entertaining. You know what I mean? But it's a bad film.
Yo, it's one of those at this point in the game, man. You just have to watch them and laugh at them. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped taking these movies seriously after the fifth one. Like, the fifth one was the beginning of the absurdity, and then from then on, it just got crazier. But I will say, I think this one's a little bit more grounded. then that last one they went to space. I'm like, okay, so in this one they're gonna turn into Transformers or something, but nah, still ridiculous stuff, but not as crazy as that last movie.
Yeah, it's better than 9. Mm-hmm. The best ones are in the past, man. They would never relive 5, 6, and 7. That's when they hit their sweet spot. But you know, it's entertaining. It wasn't as funny as the previous films. Usually Ludacris and Tyrese are a little funnier, but that's long gone. You got these skinny ass females beating up grown ass men with muscles. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows karate. It don't make no sense. But you know what? I look at it, it's our superhero genre type movie for us. You got blacks, browns, and you know, down you got the white people starting to pepper it up a little bit. We got a lot of cute white girls in the films now beating up people.
Right. And what about the elephant in the room here, Jason Momoa, who I've heard some people praise his performance like as being the highlight of the film, but to me, he was like Cesar Romero's Joker. He was just, every time you saw him, he was, oh, wait till you see my new diabolical plan. Like he was doing a lot of that shit, you know, painted fingernails and everything. Like very, very flamboyant.
Yeah.
Effeminate, you know what I mean?
He was hard to figure out. I mean, he's menacing looking, he's big. And the next scene, he's wearing silk, nail polish, talking about, you know, the carpet got to match the drapes. I'm like, I'm confused. Is he straight? Yeah. Or is he other? And then another scene, he's menacing, he's wearing a suit, a villain suit. Then he's wearing like female attire. His hair is in like little polka dot ponytail on top of his head. I'm like, it's an interesting antagonist to say the least.
Yeah, not one time did I feel any threat from him. And Jason Momoa is a big guy, and you would figure, okay, he would be Vin Diesel's equal, but nah. I mean, spoilers, Cyrus, I'm sorry, they have a fight. It's not even close. Vin Diesel beats the shit out of him.
Within seconds.
It's no competition.
None.
And he admits that he lost, like, damn, you a little strong with blood coming out of his nose. You a little strong, ain't you, bro?
Yeah. Like, I think he knocked a tooth out, too. He pulled a tooth out and threw it at him. So, it's ridiculous.
Damn.
It's a crowd pleaser for sure. It's turn your brain off, dumb fun. But it's entertaining, but it's not as fun as previous films. Like, and when it was all said and done, I was like, well, you know, it was all right. It was all right.
Actually, that put me to sleep. I slept for about maybe, I know I'm notorious for, but I probably slept for about maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Really? It's too long. The movie's 2 hours and 21 minutes. It's damn near 2.5 hours, and it's a part 1 of another one, or maybe a trilogy, depending how much money it makes. It just might be a 2-parter. But you know, Vin Diesel trying to milk this to the cows come home. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his son must have some like super serum like growth shit that he's taking, because the last time we saw the son, he was like 3 years old, and now like 2 years later, he's like 10.
And driving cars.
And driving cars, exactly.
That's crazy.
That's the biggest growth spurt I've seen since from Rocky 4 to Rocky 5. How Rocky's son went from being 8 years old in Rocky 4 to you see him in 5, he's a full teenager. I'm like, wait a minute. They only spent a month in Russia. How the hell did he age 6 years in 2 months?
And wasn't he wearing glasses at one time? Rocky's son?
Yeah.
He was wearing glasses all of a sudden.
He was wearing glasses, yep.
You know, he got 20/20, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I'm talking about consistently with my man Cyrus is continuity, man. I try to pay attention to the continuity when I make my films, because people will catch that shit and call your ass out, you know? Yeah. And man, it's
continuity was off on Fast X.
Oh yeah, but the son's growth.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because Fast 9, he was like what, 6? You know, no, not even 6. He was a toddler, I think, in the last one.
Yeah.
And this one, he's like 10, maybe 12 years old.
And he looks too short to be driving a car.
Yeah.
And he was doing donuts in the car. I'm like,
but he is Dominic Toretto's son, so I guess it's in the DNA, you know.
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood, yeah. Toretto, you know. Is it me, or does Vin Diesel always sound like he has a fist in his mouth? The guy, like, if you watch the first movie, he talks like a normal person, but with still with that Vin Diesel gruff. But this one is like, yeah,
hey, man.
I'm like, bro, open your mouth, talk.
And the dialogue is atrocious. It's laughably bad. Yeah. I mean, you got Oscar-winning actresses in this movie. Mm-hmm. They have the dumb day. You can see the pain in their face going, some bad dialogue. But I guess on the set it's so fun, they deal with it. But it's Brie Larson, her characters. I mean, like I said, everybody knows karate. Mm-hmm. All these women are beating up multiple dudes at one time. You know, I mean, Toretto's sister could beat everybody, throwing them out. I mean, these are big army dudes with arms. Yeah. They got guns, and they taking them out left and right, man. And when the two females fight,
and everything,
yeah. I'm like, you know, they went from being grease monkeys to spies.
Yeah.
And then
from grease monkey to be able to put in a full triangle choke like she fought in the UFC. I said, wait a minute, when did Letty take mixed martial arts? Well, what did I miss?
Exactly. And man, I don't know, man. It's our version of the Avengers. So I'm happy because you got colored people with superpower. Mm-hmm. I guess Vin Diesel, you know, Superman has his cape, he can fly, you know, Green Lantern got his ring. Vin Diesel has his car. As long as he has his car, he's the baddest man on the planet, where he's actually picking up other vehicles with one arm. And
seriously, no lie, Cyrus, he does superhero stuff in here. Yeah.
I saw on the last one, I heard the last one, he caught a car or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. And the time before that, no, that was part 8, I think.
Was it part 8?
When he played the villain role.
Yeah, he went rogue,
Yeah, and then part 7, remember, he stomped on some concrete parking lot and brought the whole building down. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's more of the same.
Yeah. This one, he actually goes over the fucking Hoover Dam, right? Big explosion. You see the flames, everything. Car goes up in the air, and the car doesn't crash. No, it glides down the damn Hoover Dam while the explosion's behind them. The tires are on fire and everything, and the car still goes.
The wheels still work.
The wheels are still working. They're on fire, and he's, you know,
And another narrative, I know Paul Walker meant a lot to this franchise. It's tragic, but in every movie, he's home babysitting. Mm. What man who used to go on these missions with his homeboy is at home babysitting, but there's girls out there beating up these intelligent, these super powered men, but you're at home babysitting. I mean, that narrative is so bad. They should have killed him off screen and honored him the right way, because what they're doing now, it's more of an insult. They're going. You got people like Tyrese and Ludacris going on missions, but my man's at home babysitting. Mm-hmm. It don't make no sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure in the last movie they're probably going to have him make a cameo, but they're going to use his brother and do that digital stuff on the face or whatever, and have him have like one last big happy family dinner, cookout, and Vin Diesel does a final toast, and Brian's gonna be sitting there toasting along with him. You know, "Mais la familia," you know, and it fades to black.
Well, that deep-face stuff is real. They can probably pull that off, but that'd be too much. It'd be like those videos. You know how when the Lakers play, they had their heads on them little bodies, they be moving around, but their head don't move.
You talking about in the bubble? In the bubble?
No, you're talking about when they show like they have like real life bodies, but put LeBron's head on them and it's exceptionally big, or you know, like that one they had Curry laying in the coffin. And LeBron was looking over him, and he grabbed him, started choking. Their head is looking only one way going. It looked like that, man. They put him in a movie, you know, deep fake, because I'm hearing bad things already about the new Indiana Jones movie. The man is 80 years old.
When does that come out?
I think June 30th.
Yeah, next month. Yeah,
and people.
It's at Cannes right now.
Oh, okay.
So, Blacktastic, I don't know if you read, but I read an article. They said they screened it at Cannes and said after the movie, usually if the movie's real good, they'll give a standing ovation or whatever. They said they gave the driest, like, fake standing ovation, lukewarm, kind of like just a polite,
Yeah, like those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you go to a poetry reading and do like this.
Right.
Turn that shit off.
Yeah, and I feel bad because Harrison Ford, man, he's an OG, man. He's a legend in the game. So to see Indiana Jones go out like this after Last Crusade should have been the last one.
Thank you.
Why in the hell do we have more, man? It doesn't make sense.
So this one's Indy 5, right?
Yeah.
So it was Indian. It was
Raiders
of the Lost Ark, Temples of Doom, and the Last Crusade.
Right.
And then the 2008 one,
Crystal Skull,
right? 2008.
Yeah.
And then this one.
This is called the Dial of
Destiny. Yeah.
Even that name is just you know what I'm saying?
It sounds like Romancing the Stone. It sounds like something that's not real.
Right.
But man, that hurts my heart, man. This summer it's starting to be a dud already. Hopefully Mission Impossible and Flash bring us out of the darkness, because this summer is already whack already.
You mean you ain't excited for Barbie?
Shit. My daughter, listen, my daughter, yo, Cyrus, it's funny you say that, bro. My daughter today hit me up and she's like, Dad, did you get our tickets for Little Mermaid? I said, yeah, sure. And she was like, well, Barbie comes out in 2 weeks also. I said, hold up. You can have one. You ain't getting both of them. Okay. I'm not taking you to see Little Mermaid and Barbie. Okay.
Well, I thought Barbie came out on the 21st of July.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if we're going to see Little Mermaid, I'm not taking you to see Barbie later on. Like, I'm not doing. I'm like, it's bad if I got to turn on my man card for this shit. Now I got to do it for this. You know what I mean?
One compromise minimum.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I had to pull. You know, she's gonna kill me for telling you this, but I had to call her on her bullshit, because my daughter's like, she's into this pro black phase that she's going through now, where like my daughter's like low key racist. Okay, so she doesn't like anything white, pretty much. So I'm like, well, it's so funny that you're so pro black, anti-white, but you want to see a white Barbie movie? Well, no, there is a black Barbie in the movie. I said no, but the main character is white, baby.
Barbie, yeah, stop it.
But okay, all right, Dad. You know what? Really? That's all she could say. I'm like, yeah, I got your ass. So if you want to see, have your mama take you. I ain't taking you to see no damn Barbie.
Yeah, it's not gonna get any better with the strike, the writer's strike, because a lot of good projects were put on hold. I mean, you already got late night TV already showing repeats already. Next is going to be TV shows, and then the movies. Man,
they already halted Cobra Kai. You know, Cobra Kai season 6 is supposed to drop, and they had to kind of stop that. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So until the strike's over with, yeah.
Hollywood is messing up, man. Hollywood is messing up, man. That's all I can say.
Well, the one movie I'm anticipating is that film called Talk to Me, the horror movie from A24.
Yeah.
That's coming out on the 28th of July. There's some other cool stuff coming out this summer. I look forward to that new Scorsese film that's coming out in the fall.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yes. What about Spider-Verse? Y'all not excited for the Across the Spider-Verse? Yeah, that comes out, I believe, next week. Yeah.
All right, so when does the Mermaid joint come out?
This
Friday. Yeah.
This Friday. Oh, so Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, so much stuff coming out, man. I slept, man. I haven't seen Air yet. I haven't seen that Robert Rodriguez movie. I haven't seen the what's it called?
Hypnotic.
You know, Brother Hypnotic. You know,
Bring back memories.
I haven't seen that. I haven't been in the movies in a while, man.
Really? Yeah. Air was good. Air was actually really good.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, I mean, don't expect to see Michael Jordan. Like, Michael Jordan's in the movie, but he's not in the movie.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to really see him. So
I mean, like you see him, like they have an actor playing him, but you see him from behind, or like in a silhouette, or you see like angles of him, but you never actually see his face or like hear him talk, but you know it's him. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard nothing but good things about that movie, but his outside of filmmaking, him and his wife are always in the news about some stupid shit, slamming doors, getting touched up in the chest by his wife because he looked like he's uninterested in being somewhere. Them two are always fighting and feuding in the public, man.
Who we talking about?
Ben Affleck.
Oh, I seen that. Oh, to my when him and J-Lo were walking to the car and he like slammed the door as soon as she got in. Whew.
Yeah, I think we touched on it. Only a female can make a brother that mad. I know that, like, you're in public trying to keep it together, trying to keep it together. Be like, slam the damn door, and and they act like nothing's wrong. You're like, but paparazzi got that ass.
And you gotta think she's a Puerto Rican chick from the Bronx. So they have a lot of this.
And he's from Boston, so they got a lot of this.
Yeah.
But that's just
the Bronx chick, like, okay, Rosie Perez, do the right thing.
Yeah.
All right, to the 25th power.
Yeah, you lost that battle. You might as well shut up and just steer the car. Look straight.
What? You need to get a fucking life, Mookie.
English. I want my son to speak English.
Bad enough his name is Hector. Yeah. I was always taught never date a Puerto Rican from New York, boy. I don't mean to discriminate, but yeah, they are something else.
That's what I hear, bro. They so damn fine, though, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
they fine, but
they are. It's that forbidden fruit. Don't do it. It looks good.
Get close to that, pulling that fruit from the tree and smack your in that goddamn tree. Boy, are you crazy?
Exactly.
But yeah, man. So this summer, so far it's kind of a letdown, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Because I know June is like overpopulated with movies.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Sai, I did see another still from Maxine, the third trilogy. Right. And it looked like this person is cut up like with razor blades. It might be like a satanic cult type thing in this movie. I'm not sure. I'm going by still, but man, it looks insane.
Yeah, I saw like some on-set pictures. It looks good.
It looks crazy.
Wow.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I love the 80s aesthetic, so I'm really looking forward to this one right here.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I may not be the biggest fan of A24, but one thing I will give them is that they have the balls to tell the stories that they want to tell, unlike a major studio film where the filmmaker may want to tell the story, but the studio would be like, nah. You can't, or you can tell the story, but you have to make sure you put in this, and this. We have to have LGBT representation. We got to pander to whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you could always tell, like with most studio films, it's the executives putting their input in and putting out this product, whereas A24, love it or hate it, but this is the vision of the director and the writer and what they intended. So I respect them for that.
Yeah, definitely. They let a director direct,
Right.
Hands off.
Not all the stuff works, okay? Especially the horror stuff. I still have not watched, what's that movie, Men? I refuse to watch that.
I watched it.
I can't.
And TJ warned me before I went to go see it. I paid money to go see that shit.
Yeah.
He warned me about that ending.
Q did like a play-by-play, like, telling of the film, and when I watched this video, I said, "Oh, there's no way I'm watching that shit."
It's disturbing. Man. It's weird, weird and disturbing. I don't know, but again, for the artists out there and the people, I love the studio for that. But some stuff should stay on the shelf.
Right. But they have balls, though, man. Like I said, I give it to them. Love it or hate it, they have the balls to tell their stories, man. As out there as they may be, because think about it. Half the shit that A24 does, if you try to put that same story through Universal, oh no, coming through a mangina? Hell no, we have to cut that part out.
Wouldn't happen.
Put this in instead. So a lot of criticism that you hear from most movies is, well, it felt like this was shoehorned in, or like something like this didn't feel right. No, because they put that in at the last second. That's why I feel shoehorned in, because they did shoehorn it in there.
Exactly. You can tell. You can definitely tell.
Right.
But I think with the surgence of streaming, a lot of directors get to do the same thing all over again, go to a smaller platform, but they still get to direct their films and do their thing. So there's hope for some directors out there. Some need to get from behind the camera because they're crazy.
I'm gonna tell you who. I'm gonna tell you who right now. All right, I don't mean to shit on no directors. I respect what y'all do. I respect your craft, but that motherfucker that made House Party and that made White Man Can't Jump. The same
Calmatic?
guy.
Calmatic.
The same guy. Yes. All right. I want to fight him. I want to physically fight him.
You didn't like White Man classics in 1 year.
You didn't like White Man Can't Jump?
The 1992 version, yes.
Or the 2023?
Let me tell you something. I watched the trailer and I knew from watching the trailer, I said, this is going to be trash. And then my daughter called me last night. She said, Dad, I tried watching that new White Man Can't Jump. And she's 18, by the way. She's like, no, that was terrible. Terrible. And then somebody else hit me up. Darnell, of Rejected Heroes Media. Yeah. He was like, big bro, stay away from White Man Can't Jump. That movie was absolutely
You do a good impersonation of him, too. You do a good impersonation of him. That's a good one.
Yeah, but both of them told me, and so I didn't bother watching it. But yeah, that guy needs to never touch another classic again.
I saw White Man Can't Jump. I thought it was all right. I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right, man. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well, my son and I, what we did was we watched the original, and then we watched the remake.
Yeah.
And my son is a pretty harsh critic. I mean, he's only 9, but because he's been around me all his life, he has a grasp for good quality.
Okay.
And so he didn't like House Party 2023.
Ugh.
He didn't like it.
Ugh.
This White Man Can't Jump 2023. He was like, no, this is all right.
Okay.
It's not the original. You know what I'm saying? He agreed with me that it wasn't the original, but I mean, it's serviceable. I mean, it's modernized. It's, it's for the newer generation. It's basically geared toward the millennials. But yeah, it's not as.
You're not selling me, brother.
I was about to say, look, I have so much love.
Listen, I'm indifferent with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm indifferent with it. It's a cool watch. If you have nothing to do, watch it. It's not like a Tubi movie like TJ and I have been speaking about for the past couple of But there's this movie on Tubi that TJ and I just watched called A Body to Kill For.
A Body to Kill For. That name alone sounds very intriguing.
Man, listen. Listen. I'm not gonna talk bad. I don't like talking bad about independent filmmakers, but
it's okay to let it out, brother. Let it out. Let it out. And the truth will set you free.
Man, I want you to. You know what? Listen. My birthday is like 8 months. What are we in May? My birthday is 7 months away. For my birthday, I want Rashad G and TJ. I'm gonna give you guys 7 months to muster up enough time to watch that film. For my birthday, I request that you two do a bad movie review on A Body to Kill For my birthday.
A Body to Kill For
on Tubi. Yo, my son and I were watching that yesterday. We were every 5 seconds we were dying.
Wow.
Hey TJ, you remember those zoom ins of the pictures, the still pictures of the hospital? Every time. Yo, man,
Rashad,
so bad.
I look forward to the ads. That's how bad the movie was. When the ads came up, I can
really.
Thank God.
Damn.
And it's just too long. The one saving grace, the women are attractive in the movie. Nice bodies, and it stops there. That's it. That's it. That is it.
How long is it?
Over 2 hours.
2 hours and 16 minutes. That's the problem right there.
Ooh.
2 hours and 6. This is almost the same. It's longer than Black Panther 1.
Yeah.
And
Black Panther 1 was 2 hours and 12 minutes.
It's a typical hood film, but a bad hood film. But I mean, if you drink and stay awake, you'll laugh your ass off.
Yeah. That's one of my kryptonites, man. I'm notorious for falling asleep. I actually pissed off Anthony Perez with our Harry Potter series. I watched that Half-Blood Prince.
I watched that today.
Woo!
He says, "Man, hold up, I gotta say something, Rashad." Man, he was hot. He was like, "Man, you
that was disrespectful." But But I was telling the truth. Wait a minute. The part that really made me laugh, you said you don't know who the Half-Blood Prince is. They say it in the movie who the Half-Blood Prince is. I said, bro, I fell asleep.
Then he played the clip.
Yeah, then he played the clip twice. Like, true story. I did take 5 days to watch the movie because every time I tried to watch it, I either fell asleep on it or I had to end up doing something else. But it took me a while to get through it. And even my last attempt, I still went to sleep. So I said, no matter what, I'm going to fall asleep in this movie. And I still do not understand the appeal of these Harry Potter movies. I don't know why people love them so much. You know, I mean, if you say, Rashad, what's the appeal of Star Wars? I can give you a whole essay on why Star Wars is dope. At least the Star Wars that I love, episodes 1 through 6. Not talking about the sequel trilogy. I mean, sequel trilogy. But I can give you a whole rundown of why Star Wars is dope. I dare anybody to tell me what's so special about Harry Potter.
They can't.
I don't get it.
It's their nostalgia. I get it, but I don't understand it. I don't understand the appeal. You can put main black characters in this movie, and I still wouldn't. Not
one black face in that damn. At least not the ones that I remember. Not one black face. Ooh.
Yeah, I've never watched one of those movies, and it just doesn't seem something that would catch or grab my attention.
No.
Now, one of them was actually okay. I think it was the third one, The Prisoner of Azkaban. That one was actually pretty good, and from what I'm hearing, a lot of people say that was the best one. And probably the Deathly Hallows Part 2, the very last one. But that third one was actually not bad. I was up for that one. But the rest of them just stoinked. I'm like, bro.
Can't get into them.
Yeah. But I realized I was disrespectful to the man's because Perez never shits on any movie, right? He never shits on any movie. But he says, bro, most of the movies that you pick for me are trash. They're fucking trash. I was like, oh.
The truth comes out.
The truth comes out. Oh. Most of you know what? You were something else, Perez. You were something else. Now most of my movies are trash. Ain't that a bitch?
Different strokes for different folks, man.
And I know exactly which ones he's talking about. He did not like Crush Groove. All right, he was not a fan of Crush Groove. He did not like Bustin' Loose at all. Damn. What else did he like? He couldn't stand
classics in my book.
Yeah, he couldn't stand Foxy Brown or Coffee. Yeah, those are the main ones he hated.
Hey, different strokes for different folks, man. Hey. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I could watch those movies twice in a week.
What?
Like I never seen it before.
Especially Crush Groove, man. That's my shit.
Well, man, the New York, the music, Run DMC is the featured group in that movie. I mean, at the time, bigger than life. That was hip hop at his purest form.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was in that movie. Run DMC, the Fat Boys, Curtis Blow, New Edition,
LL,
that was LL's.
Sheila E.
I forgot New Edition was in there. Damn, that movie was star-studded.
Yeah, facts. Beastie Boys made an appearance in there. So yeah, Crush Groove was like the Star Wars of fucking hip hop at the time.
Yeah,
but Perez didn't like it.
Sheila E was
she was bad.
That's a classic. Sheila E was bad. Sheila E's still fine.
Still.
Oh yeah.
I seen on that beat for Prince how she was playing the drum because she kind of filled out as she got older and got that man. She's beautiful. She's
still, effortlessly beautiful though too.
Well, wouldn't you like to go into a DeLorean and like go back to like 84 and just hang out with Prince and like all the women that used to be around him? Like just imagine just chilling at Prince's house like on a random day and like all the women that's there. You got Sheila E, fucking Vanity, you know what I'm saying?
Apollonia.
Homegirl
from the Bangles, the lead singer from the Bangles was hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Who else? Who played the female lead in the original Batman? What's her name?
Oh, Kim Basinger. Yeah.
Them two dated. I mean, all of his leftovers. Give me.
Yeah.
Yo, bruh.
He dated some of the finest women in Hollywood and in the music industry.
Speaking, I'm glad we're talking about this. Listen, it's not a good film, but the lead lady in Graffiti Bridge.
She fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The twins throughout his videos when Diamonds and Pearls album came out. Remember Diamonds and Pearls?
Right.
Them two twins in the videos. And he found women so damn fine that was shorter than him. That's crazy.
Because he was like 5'2", right?
Yeah.
With heels on, probably give him 5'5".
Yeah.
With heels.
He found women shorter than him because them twins was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To hang out with Prince, like, hanging out with Prince and like Eddie Murphy at the same time of the women that used to, oh gosh, I could just imagine.
Yeah, because I got to say, Eddie Murphy, out of all the black actors in the world, every single female lead or love interest in his movies is drop dead gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Even the bad movies, he had a fine woman as his love interest. Eddie Murphy, man, please. Yeah. Every single joint he put out, the woman is fine.
I'll still smash his ex, Nicole Murphy. Shoot, she could still get it.
Right here from Sacramento.
Yeah.
I told you guys a story. I ran into her in person before she met Eddie Murphy.
No.
Every Friday night, me and my boys used to go to this place called Black Angus. It's kind of like a knockoff of Sizzler. Mm-hmm. But if you get there before 10 o'clock, you don't pay no cover. And Sacramento's a small town, so this light-skinned woman, taller than everybody in the club, had been there just dancing all by herself. That was Nicole. And years later, Eddie Murphy met her. I'm like,
wifed her up.
I'm like, man, that's the ones that come to the club. Couldn't nobody talk to her. She was off on her own, did her own thing. And me and my homeboy, Dwight, we DJ'd a wedding reception where it was Nicole's peoples. Somebody married an African person. And man, let me tell you, up close in person, got to meet a lot of people, man. And my girl Dana sold them a house. Nicole's parents a house. The house they currently still live in, my homegirl Dana D'Amico sold them that house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I forget. She is tall, isn't she? Isn't she like over 6 feet? Something like that?
Yeah. Like 5'11" with heels on. I was like, and she was just, she wasn't snotty or snooty. She was just doing her own thing. Didn't talk to nobody. She came to have a good time. She loved to dance. But met her at Black. I didn't like physically meet her and talk to her, but I seen her. You couldn't miss her. But that ended up being Eddie Murphy's future wife, now ex-wife.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Right here from Sacramento, California, man.
Right. I don't know. I never dated a chick taller than me. Like, I don't know, for some reason, call me chauvinistic or whatever, man. But the psychology of looking up to somebody, looking up to a woman that, especially when you have to like man up on them. You know what I'm saying? Like when y'all arguing, and I'd be like, hey, what I just tell you now? Go in there and sit down. Not that I would say that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that I got to look up to you when I'm talking shit, that's just, I'd rather look it down like, hey, what I say?
I dated a few. When they put on the heels, they was taller than me. I had no choice but to look up at them.
Right.
This might be eye to eye, but they put on the heels, I'm like this. Yeah. Like Rocky 3, I'm like.
Yeah, but I mean, so you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's a hell of a psychology when you're the man and you gotta look up to her. Like, I did have a chick try to talk to me. She was like 6'2", 6'3", and she had a crush on me. But I'm like, dude, I felt like, like in She-Hulk when she picked that nigga up and then walked, like it was like that. Like, that's how much bigger she was than me. But she was crushing on me though. I'm like, I can't do it.
Man, my homeboy Scott Bryant, we went to high school together.
Yeah.
He had an uncle from Rhode Island. They was from Rhode Island and moved to Sacramento. His uncle was a midget. And he was, we can't say that now. He was a small person. But in the 80s, they was called midgets, but now they call small people.
You're canceled.
I'm so confused in the society we live in. But, shit. I'm talking an 80s story, so I'm going to go ahead and say midget.
You're going to say midget?
He was former military.
The views expressed in Directors Talk Live.
He had a deep, grovelly voice. He had a big old beard.
Yeah.
And talked with that East Coast accent. And everybody he dated was taller than him. And he told me this story about he dated this girl that was really, really tall in the military. And he tried to run from her because she was like, because she was overly sexually active. She used to tear his little ass up. He said, man, and he talked like this. Yeah, TJ, man, I will walk outside, right? I'm like, where is this bitch? Because she's somewhere. And I walk outside, and so his nickname was Shorty.
Yeah.
And she called him that. He go, I take 1 foot outside. Shut up! put the foot back, look around. Shut up! And man, well, he had me done. He told me this one story. TJ, look here. I'm a midget. I've been this way my whole life. I don't give a damn. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, brother. When we're laying down in bed, we're all the same size.
God,
remember that. And I fell out. Yeah, when we're in the bed making love, we're all the same size.
Damn.
Take that with you. Fell out.
Damn. I mean, especially if you're packing, like I guess when you're packing, that height don't matter. I guess only the height of his little man counts,
I guess when you're that small and you pack, it's like a third leg, like a kickstand.
Third leg, right.
Like and land, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I just can never date a woman taller than me, man. I couldn't. Even like because Stallone did the same thing because Brigitte was like 6'1", and Stallone's like 5'9",
Yeah, she's a tall glass of water. I mean, right. And then on the premiere, if she wore heels too, it's like, want me to pick you up and carry you into the theater?
Right. Yeah, I heard it. Actually, I heard an interesting story about that. There's an interview with what's that one white guy? He interviews a lot of athletes. He has a YouTube channel also. He's kind of a young white guy, but he interviews like a lot of athletes. Almost said Rich Eisen, not Rich Eisenberg. Damn,
Athlete X.
Huh?
You talking about Athlete X?
Nah. I forgot what his name is. I'll put the link in the group chat. But he interviewed Dolph Lundgren, right? And it was a pretty dope ass interview because he was like giving some like really behind the scenes like around like the movies that he did and stuff. And he told one story about Brigitte, right? Said when they was filming Rocky IV, I guess at the time Sly was cheating on Brigitte, right? So to get back at him, she would tell Sly that Dolph Lundgren was hitting on her. So he said the first day of shooting, he said Sly walked in his dressing room and says, "Hey, Dolph, let me holler at you, man." He said, "Look, I'm gonna need you to stop hitting on Bridget." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, just back off her. Like, don't, we're here to do this movie. I don't need you messing with my wife. And he was like, "Well, damn. Like, I didn't even do anything." You know what I'm saying? But he actually accused him of that shit. And I think not too long after that, I think they broke up, didn't they? Sly and Bridget? Yeah.
They were together for 2 movies. I think they met on the set of was it Cobra?
Cobra, right. They did.
And then they was married when he did Rocky IV, but shortly after, she was out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, and she had an affair with Arnold on the set of Red Sonja.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and in Arnold's memoirs, he said him and Bridget, they a few times, yeah. She was for the streets, but I guess she was trying to get back at Sly. Look at hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. She was probably faithful in the beginning, but when Sly went to doing what Sly does, she's like, "Okay, I got something for that shit. I'm gonna fuck your best friend," and
not even your best friend. I mean your nemesis.
Well, at the time, his rival. Yeah, your nemesis. Right, exactly. Gosh,
I got terminated.
Exactly, but yeah, I'm gonna send a link to that, man. It was a good ass interview. Like he was talking about how he had cancer. He's been fighting cancer now for 8 years, and he blamed it on. Well, he said steroid use possibly could have caused it. So life imitating art, or art imitating life. During Rocky IV, he was a juicer, but in real life, he was actually juicing for real.
Damn.
Yeah. He said depending on what movie it was. So the biggest that you see him, like in He-Man and Rocky IV, he was on that needle. Yeah.
Man, that tore people up years later, man,
Oh yeah.
So Dolph Lundgren was on a needle?
Oh yeah. He said mostly in the 80s and the 90s, depending on what movie he was doing, like if he had to like get really big, then yeah, he would shoot up.
That's all he had because he couldn't act, so he had to look the part at least.
That's not cool, man. He got better. He got better over the years, man. Actually, you know what? If you watch The Punisher,
I was just about to bring that movie up.
He actually did good in The Punisher, I thought.
I'm gonna tell you the one I liked him in the most. He had the most personality. Universal Soldier.
Yes,
he was really good. He had personality in that.
Right.
When he threw that grenade, he was like, I mean, I'm like, this dude is acting, okay.
Yeah,
I like
see,
him a lot.
he got better. I mean, in the 80s, yes, he didn't have a lot of dialogue because his English wasn't too good, but in the 90s, he got a lot better.
Especially in He-Man, Masters of the Universe, he was bad.
Yeah. You know what? I was 7 I was 7 when I watched that, and even as a 7-year-old kid, I knew something wasn't right because I grew up on the cartoon. The cartoon was like that was my shit. So when I saw the movie, I was like, something's wrong here.
It's called Terrible.
Good and terrible.
Good, yeah. Man, that boy good. Yeah, good and terrible.
Good and terrible.
Man. And it's kind of funny, man, because as I was going through Tim Story's filmography, me and Cy had a talk. He's like, you know what? I think he's like a director for hire because he did films I had no idea that he did. You can tell when he did certain films, had like a little bit of a black spin, a little bit of a black pepper taste in there.
Right.
And so a lot of his films I liked, and a lot of films that he did, I didn't know he even did. He did music videos with Indy Iree, with Tyrese, with Casey and JoJo. He did TV, CSI Miami. So in retrospect, he's one of my favorite directors because of the movies that he put out over the years, man. I mean, Barbershop. Is it Think Like a Man or something like that?
Think Like a Man 1 and 2, yep.
Yeah, and then way before Marvel got popular, man, them Fantastic Four movies wasn't bad.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I liked them.
I think he was like the first black director to direct a big budget like superhero joint.
Yeah, like you wouldn't know he was black. By the way, the way he was directed, it was like a big studio film. Matter of fact, it was Fox that did these films. They used the same lot for those X-Men movies, the same forest, same background. Right. Both of those movies went to #1. They both made over 100 million. I'm like, Tim Story is a damn good director. He did one of my favorite movies a couple of years ago, the remake of Shaft.
Yes. That was my second favorite movie of 2019.
Man, I love that movie.
I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen it yet.
What? Cyrus, no.
I have not seen it yet. I slept, bro. I slept.
What stopped you from watching that?
I just got so sidetracked on other stuff, and I was always meaning to watch that. I had so many opportunities to watch it. I never watched it, and I heard it was pretty damn good.
It's good.
Yeah,
and funny as all shit, man.
Yeah, a lot of people did shit on it though. Like I was surprised like that. That was one of those movies where when I reviewed it, I gave it like the utmost praise. When I watched most reviews, it was like, man, this movie was terrible. It was trash. I'm like, God damn.
But you know, I've noticed that that's either a knock on the director, not so much Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't like Tim Story.
Yeah,
I noticed when I see like reviews on the Fantastic Four. Oh, Tim Story's. I'm like, that dude's not a bad director because all his movies look good. They look professional. They look like he could work good with the studio. Because the first movie I seen that he did was a movie called Taxi with Queen Latifah.
Oh, he directed. I know he directed that one.
Yeah. Oh, and the guy now, who's that? What's this guy? He has a talk show now. The guy that's
Jimmy Fallon?
Jimmy Fallon, right. And that movie, if you watch it, as just a trailer, it's shot beautifully. Cool little plot. Had a little transformer, taxi car. She can flip it and go fast. And Queen Latifah is amazing in that movie. But I'm like, see, that one you can tell had a little bit of black, flair to it. Just like Barbershop, that he can do something totally white like Tom and Jerry, and you would never know a black did that. So, man,
this kid, like, he's diverse with his shit. Like, it kind of goes against the status quo of, okay, if it's a black director, okay, he has to do black shit. So I'm pretty sure studios look and say, okay, he has a kufi on his head, or well, okay, give him like a Boys in the Hood type script. You know what I'm saying? That they would never think to get like a black director say like, hey, direct a Marvel movie. He probably does movies like Do the Right Thing. He's probably another Spike Lee or something.
Yeah.
So Tim Story went against that.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have your modern day Captain America and Chris Evans. Because he was great as Johnny Storm.
Facts.
I loved him in that cast. And then on top of that, man, directing action. I mean, when Silver Surfer, when that came out in that second joint, one of the best scenes in that whole entire movie was that chase between him and Johnny Storm.
Right. That
was dope. Where he came through the building in slow motion, and they had Lawrence Fishburne doing a voiceover.
I
thought it was dope.
That was a big deal to me at the time because I'm a big Silver Surfer fan. 'Cause I collected the comics, so I like when I saw the trailer, like because the teaser trailer was that scene showing him chasing giant. I said, "Is that who I think it is?" I'm like, "Yo, that's the fucking Silver Surfer." So that was a big deal to me. I actually saw it twice in the theater, and then they did set up for another one, but I guess it didn't make enough money, so third movie was scrapped.
Yeah, the second one made less money than the first one. Still made over 100 million, but by that time it was like, no, we can't do it. We didn't want to, because they had a contract for 2 movies. The third one they said, "Up, we're gonna opt out."
Right. Which sucked, man, because I really wanted to see more of the Silver Surfer. But I think where they fucked up in that one was Galactus. They made Galactus like a big like cloud shadow thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess you could see the silhouette of his helmet, but I'm like, that's not Galactus.
And you had to pause. You had to pause the frame in your VCR back then.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but it has some like that good action scene in London. I thought it was a really good movie. And another thing about Tim Story's movies, I bought all his DVDs for all his superhero films. Man, some of the best commentary I ever heard from a director.
Really?
That dude gets down in deep. He explains every scene. Because remember, the first Fantastic Four, the big action scene was on the freeway or the street when all the car crashes in the big old truck. And that's when the Thing picked up the truck. I'm like, man, he said that was the biggest action scene. And for me to get there and to do that really boosted my confidence. But his commentary is wonderful. He always had a special guest. What's her name? Jessica Alba. What's her name?
Yeah, Jessica Alba. Yeah.
She's part of the commentary in part 2, and some of the other guys in there. He is very educated and very funny, but a very smart dude, man. His commentary is some of the best I've ever heard from a director, man. Real dope.
Nice. That's what's up. Yeah, I kind of miss that collecting physical media as the DVD
Me
commentary.
Too.
Yeah.
And that's gonna make me go back because I bought the actual DVD for Think Like a Man. So now I'm gonna go back and listen to the director's commentary if it has one on there. I'm pretty sure.
Look how many movies went to #1. Both of those ride-along movies with Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. He's worked with Kevin Hart 4 times, Ice Cube a couple of times.
Yeah.
Jessica Alba and Chris Evans a couple of times. But man, don't forget Barbershop. That's Ice Cube again.
Yeah, Barbershop movies. So wait, he directed 1 and 2, but he didn't do the third one though, right?
No, I think he just did 1.
Okay.
I think he just did 1. I got a list of it right here, but I think he did the first one, which is that movie was perfect. That's how Barbershop really is, man.
Right.
Good cast, a lot of comedians, a lot of actors, all benefited from that direction, man. But man, he's very underrated in my opinion. And with the hope of this podcast we're doing together, I want to bring out obscure directors, male and female, who don't get enough shine, in my opinion, who made some blockbusters that people don't always talk about, or they're consistent. Because the only movie that didn't go to #1 for a while was that latest Shaft movie. But other than that, he was number one. He was a box office juggernaut for low budgeted films.
Right.
So all of his films made money. Shaft kind of took a dip, but still, I loved it.
Yeah, well, Shaft was weird because I think Shaft, they only released that, I think, for like a week or 2.
Yeah.
Because when I went to go see it, it was me and like 2 other people in the theater. And I'm looking around like, why is nobody here? But of course, it's more directed towards us. You know what I'm saying? It's a black film, which unless it's about people shooting each other in the hood, it's not going to make a lot of money. You know what I mean? So, I think it had like a 1 or 2 week release that it was right on Netflix after that.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
It didn't go to the big theaters. It went to like the little discount theaters when it came out. I'm like, wow. Because when it came out opening night, me and my homeboy Charles went to the discount theater. It was playing for $6. Right. Went in there. It was about 7 people, but all 7 of us laughed our asses off. Let me tell you. It was good.
Oh, it was hilarious, man. It was hilarious, action packed. I think Sam Jackson was like in his best form,
Yeah.
And I just love the dynamic between him and even though a lot of people are not a fan of this guy, the one that played his son, what's his name?
What's his name? He's in a lot of stuff.
I want to say Jesse T. Usher. Is that his name?
Oh, I know it's Usher.
Yeah. I want to say Jesse T. Usher. I think that's his name.
Something like that.
But I like the dynamic between those two because this is around the time of cancel culture, like, you know, at the height of cancel culture, and the Jesse T. Usher character represented cancel culture, you know. So he was working at Starbucks, kind of effeminate a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He represented what they think that men are supposed to be. And Sam Jackson, Shaq, on the other hand, is the opposite. He's like what a man, you know, how men saw themselves like a long time ago. So it's like, nah, motherfucker, like, what, you drinking lemon water? Man, get a beer, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? Like that type of shit. Like, I love that.
I love that dynamic. It was perfectly cast. I like the way it was written, and it was relatable. It was like the black exploitation meets the new era of black film.
Right.
Meshed together, man. I love that movie.
Facts. Yeah, that was like, that one and Dolomite Is My Name were like my two favorite movies of that year.
Yeah.
Dolomite My Name was a banger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was 1 and 2 for 2019.
Man, not to get off subject, but speaking of Eddie Murphy, I guess they're doing another remake of the Pink Panther, and he's going to be.
I read that. Yeah.
So that's real. It's not a joke.
It's for real. But here's the thing with Eddie though. Eddie can sign on to do something, but Eddie changes his mind a lot, if you notice. So Eddie will be like, okay, this is going to star Eddie Murphy. He'll be like, nah, you know what? I don't want to do that shit.
Is it going to be live action? It's going to be animated.
Live action. Yeah.
I guess he can pull it off. Trench coat, hat. I guess he can pull it off.
But he changes his mind a lot. Trust me. Like, if it's whack, he probably won't do it unless they throw enough dollars at him. I'm
telling you, what I'm waiting to see is the first official trailer for Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley. Because it looked like they put some money into it. Jerry Bruckheimer came back to produce it, which is huge. So it should look like the other films. But I'm waiting for that trailer to drop because the movie's been shot. And it's been post-production for a while.
Is it? I'm not excited about it, though, man.
Man, I'm trying to get excited. That's why I can't get excited until I see the trailer. If the trailer is cool, then it might give me some hope. But it's going straight to Netflix.
See, that concerns me because, see, Coming to America kind of fucked me up a little bit. Okay, Coming to America, all right, which is probably the worst sequel ever made. And now you got to think, bro. The last good Beverly Hills Cop movie was 1984. I wasn't a fan of 2, 3, Kobe in the trash. Okay, so each film got worse, and now you're talking about a 30-year hiatus, and they make another one that's going right to Netflix. I'm about 85% sure that this movie's gonna be dog shit.
Yeah, you might be right, man.
Yeah,
I hope not. Is my man who what's his name? My man Brian. Not Brian, the dude who directed Coming to America and Dolomite Is My Name.
White guy. Craig Brewer.
Craig Brewer. He did Hustle and Flow. Mm-hmm. Is he doing Axel Foley too?
No,
I'm not sure.
Yeah. He went to originally the guys that directed Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life. I thought they would sign on to direct it. That's what I heard.
Or the Middle Eastern brothers. Yeah,
and then I don't know if they did or not, but I know they was signed on to do it originally. And then Jerry Bruckheimer came back to produce this film, so it has the production behind it to be a wide release. So, Netflix trying to turn over a new leaf, so I think it might go to theaters for 2 weeks, and then come to Netflix. They might do that because Netflix got a new business model. They're learning that, man, we release it in theater for a couple of weeks, we make our money because subscribers don't make you money because they're already subscribers. Mm-hmm. Only ads do now. So we'll see.
That's what they did with Shaft. They released Shaft for like a week or two, and then they pulled it and then put it right on Netflix. I'll tell you what I would be open to is Axel Foley Bad Boys crossover.
I've always thought about that.
Yeah.
If they had to come to Detroit or he had to go to Miami. Yeah. Either way, I'm down.
That would be perfect.
They have the rights for that?
No.
That's the thing.
Yes, one is Paramount and one is Sony.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, so that wouldn't work. But that would be dope because I always wondered why Martin and Eddie never worked together more because they have such great chemistry together. You know what I mean?
They did 2 joints. That was it, right?
Boomerang and Life. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in Life, they were perfect together.
Look who's
there he
in the house.
Hey, y'all talking about movies and stuff?
Yeah, man. We're talking about motion pictures where you crank it up like this, and these stick figures walk across the screen, and you add voices later on in post.
Yeah, I heard about those things. I heard about those movies there and such.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm late, fellas. Yo, like I was in the hood. I was like literally in the projects trying to shoot my boy's film that he had an idea for. But of course, like, you know what I'm saying, when you're doing a film, nobody want to show up though. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice day. It's a nice day. We got the cameras out and then nobody want to show up, bro. I don't know. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Filmmaker's nightmare. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate.
So was you able to get anything shot?
Yeah, we got some stuff shot. I think I got around, I would say after post, maybe 7 or 8 minutes. You know what I'm saying? When we're supposed to get at least, you know what I'm saying, 35 minutes to whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, it is what it is. You know,
is that the same guy that you shot the other movie for? What's that movie called that y'all did? That same guy, right?
Yeah, for Love and Lust. Yeah.
Same,
okay. Same guy, same little hood movie, same little love drama, whatever, the crazy girl, and then he's trying to flip it to like, I'm trying to work with the script. The script's not the greatest, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, he's my friend. So like, you know what I'm saying, I want to support him. You know what I'm saying, what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, of course, you know, you want to get everything together, you know, I'm busy too, then we get it together, then like just like nobody really shows up.
Let me tell you something. You two are funny together though. Y'all need to have your own shit, man. Because you and that guy, y'all did that one video y'all did together that had me fucking rolling, bro.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you think he's watching this right now?
No, I don't know. I don't think he's watching it right now. He was kind of
definitely just said his script wasn't the best.
No, his script ain't no way. I told him to his face. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro.
Well, Cyrus, that's what makes them good, Cyrus, because they have that kind of banter between each other. Because he'll say something to mess some shit up, and then Q will politely be like, "Nah, that's wrong, man. That's not what it means." Oh, okay.
No, that's what it means.
Like Q's always corrected him.
Not like to say I'm the correct person every time, but like, hey, bro, that you know what I'm saying, that don't make a lot of sense. But you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to help him out with his vision. You know what I'm saying, the best way I can. So we'll get it done eventually. You know what I'm saying? It might take a little longer, you know, but it is what it is, though. I'm glad to be with y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of battery left. I got 34%. So like, if I got to change my battery, you know what I'm saying?
Earlier we were talking about. We all seen, not all of us, but we seen X5, not X5, but Fast X, X10, whatever you want to call it. And got a comment from there. I feel like they're going to AI Paul Walker in that last movie. I feel the same way, man.
Yeah. They're going to do a last barbecue. Vin Diesel's going to have a toast where you're not going to understand what the hell he's saying. I don't know why with each movie his speech gets worse, you know. Like he's afraid to open his mouth. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Groot got a better pronunciation than he does in real life.
Yeah, like, I don't know if that's because of the age kicking in. Because my father, actually, this is kind of off topic, but my father said the same thing about Shaq. He said, "Son, well, why does Shaq talk like that?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because he said if you look at Shaq back in the day when he was with Orlando, he talked normal, and now now he talks like this. Hey, Chuck, do it again, Chuck. Do it again. I'm gonna knock your ass out, Chuck. Play me if you want. You know,
he raps better than he talks.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's that age or something.
Cool to the fullest is in the house. Said, "What's up, y'all? What's good?" Earlier we were talking about the Harry Potter joints, and you know how I feel about them. I can't stand them. I know Rashad. I know how you feel about them.
Rashad love him, bro. He love him.
I got 2 more left, man.
God bless you.
I got 2 more left, man. 2 more, and I'm done.
Like
that shit get my pressure up.
I think they're okay. I think they're fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any real big issue with the Harry Potter franchise, but it's just not something I would buy on physical media or even go back to watch streaming. That's just not my thing, bro. You know, I don't know. And I like monsters. You know, you all know, guys know I like monsters and horror. But I just don't I can't rock the Harry Potter. I don't know what it is. It's just something, I don't know, 2 pumpkin spice latte to me.
Yeah.
I never
mean,
could get it.
maybe if I understood the story, like I can't follow the story, man. Maybe if I understood it a little better, I can get into it. But I have no clue, absolutely no clue what's going on.
Yeah, I'm the
I
same
don't know.
way.
All I know is broomsticks and football and spells and little blue people and shit. A fucking unicorn horse looking thing.
And going to a castle for a school or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah, that I don't know, and I don't
not
care.
my element. Not my element. You know?
That's crazy. Yeah, that sounds like it just sounds like exhausting to just sit through, man.
It is. Cyrus, I told you it took me 5 days to watch that last one, bro. I could not keep my eyes open. Because I'm watching on the laptop and I'm like just laying down watching like this, and I'm like hitting my head on the laptop and shit, you know, slobbing out the mouth, you know what I'm saying? Wake up, credits are rolling.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of Fast X, I did not like that movie.
It's bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. Like, I did not know what was going on in that fucking movie at all. Like, what is going? Like, what is the story? It's like Germany, Tokyo, Japan, Asia. I don't what?
Yeah.
And then it's different stuff. I
So
don't know this stuff.
They're going to places they've been to for previously in other films.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice they use the same clip of the statue and everything from the other films. If in this film, they use restock footage of other films.
They set up, I guess, for the next
ridiculous
2 movies, I guess, you know. But now the mid-credit scene did give me a little hope where I'm like, okay, I'm glad we're getting that again. But other than that, that shit was kind of trash.
But
I don't even know what's going on. I for real, I don't know what was going on in that movie. Jason Momoa was way over the top. Like, Jason Momoa saves the movie. Like I didn't understand. I didn't understand anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, and I paid a lot of money to go to the theater. Like, me and my girl, tickets were $35 plus drinks and popcorn. So I ended up almost paying $100 to watch this.
$35 a piece?
No, all together, like with us too, just the tickets. We're seeing it in IMAX or whatever, and then with popcorn and food and drinks and stuff. That's like almost $100 to watch this. Like,
I mean,
and I was falling asleep.
If you see it with a good crowd, the crowd makes it better, but it's still a bad film.
Yeah.
Like we were talking earlier, Q, the dialogue, man, I want to blow my brains out.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese and Ludacris don't work.
Yeah, because you got Oscar-winning female actresses in this movie, and they got to super duper dumb it down to read this dialogue. It looked like it hurt to read this dialogue.
I felt sorry for Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Because
was she in the last one?
The last 2.
Yeah, she was in the last 2 of them. Yeah. Was she in 8? Right?
Yeah.
She was in 8 also.
Well, that's what she got introduced. What's her name? Cypher or whatever her name?
Right.
My man, every grade gave her braids. Remember? I'm like, come on. And we were saying earlier,
that was rough, bro.
Everybody knows karate. Everybody, you got females beating up groups of men. It's just Now, if Michelle Yeoh's in the film, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got housewives and.
So what happened with the director? Because didn't Justin Lin start out directing the movie? Did they change to your boy Louis Leterrier? Or you walked up?
He's like, this is ridiculous.
Well, man, because rumor has it that Vin Diesel is really hard to work with.
I heard that.
He never comes to set on time, and he comes in out of shape. And you notice each movie, his shirts are getting bigger. His arms look good, but all that's in the middle.
And he's constantly flexing them. Like, he has to show that he, when you see him sitting down, he's like flexing really hard. I'm like, brother, you're in your 50s. Let it go.
Yeah, he got it back.
He looked ridiculous, bro.
He's like,
yeah.
and when he gets, at one time, he has Cypher up against the wall. He did like this.
Yeah, it's like he has to do like 100 push-ups between each take. And like, all right, now I'm ready. And he's just like flex really hard and hold it. Like, bro, give it up.
Yeah, I got like obnoxiously annoyed when I seen like Vin Diesel in this the whole background is explosions, and he looking like, I'm like, well, this looks ridiculous. And it has nothing to do with family because you're just doing your shit all on your own. No, like you like a whole side movie, my dude. I thought it was ridiculous.
And I forgot to mention this. Okay, Cyrus, this is a mild spoiler. A bomb goes off, like one of those big bombs that could blow up a whole city.
Oh yeah,
a bomb goes off in the water, right? So you see the ripples in the water, and you see the cloud of smoke. And Vin Diesel's car outruns the bomb, outruns the sonic boom of the bomb.
Yeah, I'll let it pass. I was like, okay, this is ridiculous.
It was stupid. The only reason I give it a pass, because that's the kind of car I got a Josh Charger. I was like, okay, he's represented. At least it wasn't a Mustang. But yeah, my car can't do that shit. Go backwards down some stairs. Man,
going backwards down some stairs and didn't flip the fuck over. Those must be tires of steel. How the hell? Q, what's up?
Oh no, I got one. I got one more thing after you, man. I got one more thing.
No. Go ahead. Run it.
All right. So how Vin Diesel first off have a black son? The dude is black. And the mama is white. She's like pure white woman. You know what I'm saying? And he has a black son.
She was Brazilian. She was Brazilian,
but he was that kid was black. Come on, bro. Like he was. You know what I'm saying? He was borderline black. And then they had a action sequence in. You know, they going like 90 miles an hour. The kid flies out of the car, but Vin Diesel's able to reach like the Matrix and pull him into the car going 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In real life, he will be torn in half. But like, I give John Wick a pass. So like,
but John Wick doesn't push it that far. Like John Wick, the whole thing falling down 1,000 flights of stairs and you still get up. But you could say, well, he had on that suit that could absorb bullets, so it kind of broke the fall a little bit.
Well, it makes sense because he's a trained assassin. This is a Greek monkey who turned spy.
Yeah.
Or superhero. Yeah.
Superhero. Yeah. They went from hijacking DVD players and boosting trucks to now they're like on espionage missions and shit.
I mean, he is Ethan Hunt. They get it's
I put him on a level of
but
Superman.
Black Task said, you bring up a good point because if you notice in the last 2 or 3 Fast movies, Vin Diesel's usually off by himself. The character, you know what I'm saying? So is it possible that they had to shoot a lot of his scenes separate and then they had to film the rest of the cast because of the fact that he was always late? Because they're never really together except for like in the beginning when they're having dinner or whatever or barbecue, but during like the meat of the story, he's always off on his own.
If you watch 8, 9, and now this one,
right? A
lot of his scenes are separate because people can't work with him, man.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of. I mean, Rock brought it to the surface that this dude's not professional. I can't be on the same set with him. And if you're not a person who follows films closely, if you look, they're never together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're never together.
Right. Kind of like Martin and Gina in the last season.
Yeah,
you just never seen them together.
it's embarrassingly obvious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the rumors that I heard, and they stick up for him, but no, man.
Well, he's the face of the franchise, so of course they got to protect the golden goose. But I'm pretty sure once the Fast movies are done with, I think he's probably going to be done for. You just take the money and just go off on the island somewhere because nobody's going to work with you, man. Not with that reputation.
And the chemistry between him and Michelle Rodriguez, it's unbelievable. They was laying in bed and kissing. It looked uncomfortable.
Yeah. Especially when she jumped up in his arms. When she jumped up in his arms, he kind of like reminiscent of the first movie. It was embarrassing because once again he's flexing them arms as hard as he can to show that he's still Vin Diesel. But I'm like, dude, even Michelle Rodriguez, she's in her 50s now. Man, get your ass down. You ain't got jumping on those arms, man. Just lay your ass in the bed.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring up this. You know what I'm saying? It was a topic that me and Rashad was talking about. Does Ludacris deserve his Hollywood Walk of Fame? You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Now, okay. I'm gonna say this. Do I think he deserves a star? No, but they gave it to him. So guess what? I'm gonna celebrate the brother. But honestly, in my heart, I'm like, I don't think he's done quite enough to get a star on the Walk of Fame just yet.
I guess because those movies are so lucrative and there's so many of them.
Yeah.
But he has a part in each one. He's not the main character. I don't know.
Right.
He's never.
Brother.
That's one thing I will agree with Q. Like Jody was saying that he never headlined his own movie, and that's true. But the thing about what Jody that made me mad was when he kept saying that they're pandering to black people. They're pandering to black people. For somebody black to say that they're pandering to black people, I'm like,
talking about Jody's corner.
Yeah.
He
was like he got mad. He was like, they're pandering to black people. They're pandering. I'm like, I wanted to say, brother, they've been pandering to white people for years. As Hollywood, and for years, bro, blacks have always got the short end of the stick. So if they want to pander to us a little bit, so fucking be it. We've earned that pandering. Why are you mad?
It's nice to see. I mean, the movies are not good anymore, but I am to look up on the screen and see black and brown,
right,
getting down, beating everybody up, sticking it to the man, beating up all these white guys and throwing even the females. It ain't believable, but I like females beating up these dudes and throwing them through windows.
Yeah.
In the end, they are superheroes. They're modern day superheroes driving cars because he's like Green Lantern with his ring. Vin Diesel in a car, he can do anything. So I'm happy to see it. They're not very good movies, but I'm happy to see us in these major blockbuster action movies because, like you said, Rashad, they've been pandering for white people since forever.
Ever.
Facts there.
Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, hell, it was so bad where they'd rather put blackface on than to put a nigga on a damn movie. So if they want to pander to us a little bit, then so be it. Jody, what are you mad about?
Do you think it is pandering though? You think they are pandering to Ludacris? Do you think that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think because if they were,
well, he plays a smart guy, a computer nerd. He's a hacker.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because if it was pandering, there'd be a lot more like okay, they had Michael B. Jordan and him, and then recently Missy Elliott, who he also said didn't deserve a star, was Missy Elliott. I'm like, okay, I don't know about that one. Come on, Missy Elliott is a fucking legend. But
yeah. See, I had it misconstrued. So like I was thinking like to get a Hollywood Walk of Fame star, I thought it had to do with cinematics. You know what I'm saying? I thought it had to do like Marlon Brando is a great actor, won Academy Awards, but I that's not what it is. You can just be a star. You know what I'm saying? Like Britney Spears. I don't know if she has a star or not, but like, hey, she was a fucking a star in the 2000s. Does she deserve a star? Beyonce has a star. You know, she had a couple movies. You know, I didn't think about it.
Yeah, no, it's just star like even TV people get stars in the Walk of Fame. So yeah, it's just I guess your contribution to entertainment, whether it's music or movies or whatever.
Walk of Fame. So yeah, I guess it caters to everything because if you're multi-platinum several times, the Grammys don't do nothing for you but give you a statue. But the Walk of Fame, you have to go to Hollywood to see it. And people like take selfies looking down at it. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, but to answer your question, Q, pandering, I can't say for sure, man. But if it is, then I have no problem with it. Hell, I think we earned a little bit of that shit,
Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you. I absolutely feel you. You know what I'm saying? And then and take back my thoughts of what I was saying on on that show because I thought it was I thought it had to do with cinematic accolades. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was like straight up just star power. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like,
shit. R2D2 has a star, man.
Straight up, yeah. He was in movies though.
R2, a fictional character.
Hey, R2D2, the main star of Star Wars. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If it wasn't for that dude, you know what I'm saying? It all fall apart.
I think him and 3PO are like the only characters to appear in every single movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Oh, that's right.
Facts. Out of all of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. From New Hope to Rise of Punk Ass Skywalker, R2 and 3PO been in every single one.
Yep. Facts. Yeah. And I heard y'all talking about the director from Shaft. I seen the Blackening.
Who directed that?
Tim
That's
Story.
My man who directed. Yeah, Tim Story who directed the Shaft movie. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And
Tim Story directed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It ain't terrible.
Yeah,
some laughs.
I seen your short on it.
Mm-hmm.
So when does that drop? Does that drop this week also, officially?
No, June 19th. Actually, I think I don't know.
Because I had a screener as well, but the theater I went to, it was Regal. I can see why Regal's in fucking trouble because they didn't have any assigned seats, so it was like first come first serve. And when I got there was like no parking. And then when I walked up, the line was like you felt like it was a Star Wars movie because the line was long as the eye can see. Then they had a nerve to come outside and say there might not be enough seats. And I'm like, so why the fuck would you book it like this? So I got mad and left.
Early book. Yeah.
Yo, I had no clue Tim's stories behind that and produced. I'm reading it now. I guess originally,
I want y'all to check it out though.
The 22. I'm gonna go support it now.
Yeah, go support it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's for black people though. You know what I'm saying? Strictly because some of the whole plot actually, when it comes out, is like nobody white would get this. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, you know what I'm saying? Like blackening. Yeah, the blackening. Yeah. The whole plot. It's like you don't see the predictability at the beginning. It's so predictable. Like, oh yeah, this is that.
Have you seen the film yet, Q?
Yeah, I seen the film. I seen the film last Tuesday, I think. Last Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah.
So hold on. So wait a minute. So you got an advanced. This is. You see how? Hey, Tim, you see how God works. You see how God works. So you seen the advanced screen into the blackening. So is it predictable? Because I'm thinking based off the trailer, there's like a twist.
You're gonna see it like right off the back. I think I did. I was like, oh yeah, that is that. I'm not gonna spoil anything here, but I was like, yeah, I see that. And it was hard to get into the characters in the first act. The second act, when they got into the game of the black thing, was fucking. It was exciting because they started asking real black questions, shit like, how many seasons was the dark skinned act Viv on? You know what I'm saying? I knew it. I was like, oh yeah, I know that one. You know what I'm saying?
Like, right?
Go. Yeah, 3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah.
Wow. So like you said, white people ain't gonna really get kind of like Black Dynamite, unless you know the black exploitation movies. Black Dynamite probably ain't gonna be funny to you.
Oh, and like Spades. Spades is in there, dog. Like if you don't know that, you know what I'm saying? If you take a white date to that, you know what I'm saying, for the first date you're going on, and you take her to see that, you ain't getting no ass that night. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, bro. I was talking about Rachel like, yo, if she don't understand these jokes, you just ain't gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? They're making fun of themselves, which I give credit to, but you know what I'm saying, like to a white audience who don't understand these deep like Friends, how many black people were on Friends? Go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta name it. I think that shit is clever though. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's clever. Like, I don't know. I ain't never watched Friends. You know what I'm saying?
I never watched Friends either, or Seinfeld.
No. Yeah, but it gets clever then. But then they try to lean on the horror and the suspense, and it just doesn't work. The mask look crazy. It looks stupid. And you know what I'm saying? The gore is a joke. But you know what I'm saying? Some of the jokes in there are funny. I will give it that. So if I give Fast a 2.5, I will give Blackening a 3. I give it a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's right up my alley then.
So is it low budget? Is it low budget?
Yes. Yes. It's a fight scene so bad in this movie. You'll see it when you see it like between the girl and then like one of the killers. Like what is going on? Like what is no production value or what? Like anybody could have shot this and just put it out. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it was. The horror is a joke in the movie. It's nothing suspenseful or scary. And they kept playing on that, but like the strengths or the blackening itself, you know what I'm saying? Use that, you know what I'm saying? The black saw, use that to tell your story. But they started to go and try to go into the horror realm. And I know horror, like you're not landing this, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny. That's what I'm saying. It seems like since the pandemic happened, there's no budget in Hollywood for black directors no more. I know some pretty good black directors now who are producing and putting out their own movies lately.
Right.
You know, and they're very, very low budget. They get like a week or two in theaters and they're gone.
Man, I mean, except for Michael B. Jordan, you know, Michael B.
If you're not Ryan Coogler, you're not getting a budget.
Yeah, or Jordan P. Yeah, like you said,
Jordan Peele. Yeah, because it's funny you say that, Q. Because Tim's story, like we were talking about, like his whole filmography, like he's known for doing these studio films with good production. So the fact that he's doing a low budget, like almost, no production type film is kind of rare for him, you know.
Yeah, because he also is the producer of this film. So he probably came out of his own pocket. He tried to probably do like a M. Night Shyamalan, use my own money and make it back, hopefully.
Yeah. That's what I think the film actually lacks, though. You know what I'm saying? In the production value of the horror side of the film. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, like black horror directors don't get a lot of money, but they come up with very creative ways to do things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, to sell that idea. He had a low budget comedy or horror movie, but he failed on the horror aspect. Not like I'm expecting to be scared from a horror comedy, but you know, you look at Shaun of the Dead. That horror is good. You know what I'm saying? Evil Dead horror comedy, the horror is still great. You know what I'm saying? On a level of great. So that's what I'm saying. I think that it was really locking in that, and then it just dragged the hell out of the third act. I was like, oh man, I'm ready for this to be over. Yeah,
so cute,
but
so
you know
cute.
what I'm saying? You guys, you know, you're gonna see it. So
well, cute. Knowing me how you know me, bro, is it gonna put me to sleep? You think if I go to the cinema and sit in that recliner with a large ass popcorn, am I gonna knock out?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think you will be intrigued with the black characters, you know what I'm saying, and what they got going on, because it's a bunch of colorful characters to start off with. I didn't like them at first, but during the second act, I kind of dug onto them. But at the third act, you know what I'm saying, it just got stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better word, the movie got really stupid. And then, you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to shit on black directors in no type of way, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to give you the honest to God truth. I just thought it got really lazy, you know what I'm saying, from that tight middle that was smart, you know what I'm saying, you know, the blackening, that game, the black saw, what they tried to market you as is what they should have drove home. That's what I'm saying. You'll know what I'm talking about with saying, but it's some funny shit in there, like no doubt. It's better at home streaming, like with your friends, like drinking or just having a good time, in my opinion.
Okay, so is it supposed to be a horror movie, or is it supposed to be like a parody of a horror movie, like Scary Movie was?
Or like spoof.
Yeah, spoof.
It's more, like spoof. It's more of a horror comedy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's more straight up horror comedy. No, it's not a spoof. They try to actually do some horror stuff, and like it's less serious than, like I said, Shaun of the Dead or something like that. But it's not a spoof like straight up Scary Movie. No, it's an actual movie. You know what I'm saying? All black cast go up to the woods. You know what I'm saying, to have a good time on June 19th. They get, you know what I'm saying, they drink some Kool-Aid, super Kool-Aid and stuff, and then they turn into a game called the Blackening, and you know what I'm saying, that's where, you know what I'm saying, what it all come down to. So like, yeah, it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a horror comedy.
Black horror films like Tales from the Hood is not as good as that.
Tales from the Hood is better for sure.
Okay.
Tales from the Hood was classic.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But check it out. I can't think of a whole lot of black horror film directors. So
let's see. Yeah, because Tales from the Hood, that was Rusty Cundiff. How you say his last name?
Yeah.
Cundiff.
Yeah, Rusty Cundiff.
I got an own.
Yeah, they had Death by Temptation.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Now, is it on par with
that?
Is it on par with that or worse?
Yeah.
Or better?
Death by Temptation had a good idea. It's about on the same. It's about on the same. I'll say Death by Temptation a little better.
I know what to expect now. Because I like the idea of Death by Temptation. It was just executed poorly.
Right.
Yeah, they had a great idea.
Motherfuckers getting sucked inside TVs and shit. You know how that goes.
Death by Temptation it's one of those so bad it's good type of joints.
Oh man.
But I like Death by Temptation. It's a
good. So 10 years from now, the Blackening would be a classic in the black community, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the black community, man. You can take a movie that's not really that good, but like once we embrace it, it's a classic forever. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you never know how much a movie is loved by us until you show it to somebody else. Like, for example, I love Baby Boy, right? Baby Boy is like one of my favorite hood movies, but I show it to my man Perez, and Perez is like, well, I really didn't get the movie. It was just a lot of cheese in it. You know, some of the acting, the story wasn't as cohesive. And like, I mean, he was making some valid points, but I'm like, bro, I fucking love.
I don't care.
Yeah,
it's a lot of black movies, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, like we look at our cinematic eye that's not amazing, but like in the black
Right.
community, in the black staple,
Yeah.
those are classics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Soul food is a classic to me. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
right.
It's like predictable storytelling, the whole nine, but man, the way they put it together, you see those black people on screen, you see that good food. You know what I'm saying? That sells me home every time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Things like that. That's just an
Exactly.
example. I'm pretty sure you guys got a lot more
Now,
black movies.
Now,
Especially
one more
when,
comparison. Is it on par with Bones or is Bones worse?
Bones.
So you
With
think
Snoop.
too long, man. Scare
with
me.
Snoop,
Yeah. With Snoop
I
and
enjoy Bones better. Yep.
Yeah.
Because they had Pam Grier in there.
I bet you because they had better because production-wise, Bones wasn't bad.
No, it was tight. It was tight.
Yeah,
Bones wasn't terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Ernest
But yeah,
Dickerson,
I put
right?
Bones.
Ernest Dickerson.
Dickerson. Yep.
That's one of his It's one of his directorial films in the '90s after he left Spike. From BT and from Spike. You know.
Yeah, and he did a lot of other horror stuff too after that because he did Juice. And then Bones, I think, was his first horror joint. He started directing like horror shows. Because I think he did a few episodes of Black Mirror, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Ernest Dickerson.
You
Yeah,
might be right.
I think so. Yeah.
Wait, didn't he do Tales from the Crypt Part 2 with Jada Pinkett?
I think he might have, but the Bordello of Blood.
Yeah,
Bordello of Blood. I think that was him. Or what? No,
You're
it wasn't
right.
Demon Night. It wasn't
Ernest
Demon Night.
Demon Night.
He directed Demon Night. Yeah.
Hey,
Demon Night was tight.
I like that shit.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean,
Me too.
it was bloody, gory, good production.
Bloody as shit.
Right.
So that was Ernest Dickerson, right?
Yeah.
They was fighting demons up in that dark ass cavern and shit, and they was like exploding, and it was blood. It was crazy. It was Jada. When I like Jada Pinkett, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I like Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
Fun. She has that little short haircut. Yeah,
with the blonde. Yeah. Not now, because right now she looked like a Pinhead to me. Every time you know what I'm saying, she got that evil coat all at the Oscars. I was like,
all right, Q, careful now. You want Will coming up there. Hey.
Oh, we all right there.
What? Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Demon. I like Demon Night a lot.
Yeah, that was dope. That was like 95, I think.
Demons were fire.
They were good. It was good. They were full demons head to toe. Head to toe, they was like demons and shit. I was like, that's why I like practical when you can do head from toe, like the Howling. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk too much and shit, but you know what I'm saying. But like, I be liking the full head to toe practical effects.
I think we named all the classic black horror movies already now. Damn, ain't a whole lot of them.
Does Candyman count?
Well, was it directed by a black guy?
I don't
know.
The
first one,
black female. The latest one.
Yeah, the latest one. The first one, it wasn't. I don't think it was directed by a black director, but it took place in the hood, though.
True.
It did.
True.
It took place.
That
in the
one
hood.
Candyman was scary. The '70s Candyman. He was like creepy. He was like the when your parents told you not to talk to strangers, don't take candy from strangers. It was that nigga.
Yeah. That's that guy.
That's who they was talking about. That dude, that Sammy Davis looking motherfucker.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, but that latest Candyman, I thought it was well directed, and that was by a female.
But it wasn't a masterpiece, like I said the first time I watched it, though, right?
Wait a minute. Let him
talk. What do you guys say?
I want to interject right here. Q, you have an ongoing theme in a lot of your reviews where you said that you have capped for movies in the past. Now, Rashad, do you think you fell victim to this? What word do I want to use for this? Captivity. You fell victim to this as it pertains to Candyman 2021.
See, no, what had happened was I don't think I fell for the captivity. I fell for the audience, because I saw it. I went to an advanced screening and it was a full house there. I mean, full house. So I watched it in a full house. My daughter was with me, and everybody collectively just had a great time with it. Young at the screen, jumping and laughing, and you know what I'm saying? It was just the experience is what really captured me more than the movie itself. And then when I saw it 2 days later, And like Tassie, you know this. I admitted my wrong when I watched it 2 days later with my daughter, and I took my child's mother too. It was probably only like 10 of us this time, and I just actually really watched it as a movie. I said, "This is not as good as I remember it. This is damn. I was wrong. I've been wrong. I've been wrong. I was wrong about Kid. Look, I can name on 5 movies right now I was wrong about. I was wrong about Candyman. When Justice League came out. When I shot my review for Justice League, I gave Justice League an A.
Hey, I'm guilty of that too.
Okay, just because the inner child in me, I was so happy to see Superman and Batman, all these characters that I saw on the Super Friends as a kid on the big screen for the first time, fucked me up. And then when I watched it again, I said, "Damn, I was wrong."
And back then, you know, we were kind of new to YouTube. We didn't know what we were doing. We was talking about how we felt. We wasn't looking at a critical eye how these movies work. Sometimes we get caught up, man. We get straight up.
But is that really how we felt though? Because I was hyped when I seen Superman beat the whole Justice League up. I was hyped, bro. Like son, that shit was fire. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? When he beat everybody up, that was the best part of the movie.
It was.
He came off the coffin. You know what I'm saying? And he seen Flash running. You like kind of seen him grab him up like that. That shit was hype. Some of the shit was the rest of it was kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? But like on my review, I was captivated.
Captivated.
He was captivated.
Now,
I ain't gonna lie.
Now I will say this. And this is for Q and Rashad. I will say this, right? I don't think you should be too hard on yourselves when it comes to Rashad, I don't think you should be too hard on yourself when it comes to Candyman 2021 because I kind of saw it. So again, you said you saw it an advanced screening in a crowd full of people.
Right.
I think depending on the circumstance, that's probably the best way to judge a film. Because you're supposed to watch a film on a big screen, man. Right. You're supposed to watch it and get that communal vibe. Yo, so and listen, and as long as you know how to, use discernment and separate what you know is good cinematically and bad cinematically, like I think cinematically, Candyman 2021 is a tour de force. Just when we're talking about film grammar, Candyman 2021 is some shit as far as directorial. Like the sister, because there was a big thing about people not saying her name.
Tiana Paris?
No, the director. Nia DaCosta. She showed her ass behind that camera in that film.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's real. She did the damn thing as far as a filmmaker. So I don't think you should feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're seeing it like that on a cinematic level, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you say. Yeah, I see what you say. Yeah, I should judge it off of that cinematic experience, watching it on the big screen.
Yeah,
with the crowd.
I'm saying just don't beat yourself up. Now, Q, you thought that you capped for us
a little bit. Yeah, I think I gave it a 5 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? In my if I remember it.
Yeah.
Did I? Yeah.
I think
you gave it a 5 out of 5. Now, why do you think you did that? You think it was because you was caught up in the moment? You had the pill juice. You was drinking the pill juice.
Yeah, it was pill. It was like it was cucumber and pill juice that I was drinking. Since he made it out, he finna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm capping for Jordan Peele. You better be the coldest black director ever. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Whatever movie we're released, it's gonna be the coldest. But like when I seen Us, I did like Us, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I did like a lot of stuff he did. I love Lupita Nyong'o. I thought that's some of the best acting that she did in her whole career. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, no cap. You know what I'm saying? And then I like some of the themes that he was going with. But if I gotta call out this other movie, The Blackening I was calling out, I thought his slasher aspect of the movie was weak. And I thought his horror aspect of the movie was a little shaky, if I'm to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked a lot more Michael Myers old school, you know what I'm saying, top with its great ideas. I just thought that part was a little unbelievable when I go look at it again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my honest peel review. So like if I was to give it now, I would give it like a 3.8 to no cap. Damn. Why y'all do this to me?
Hey man, this is.
I mean, but I think that's a natural thing though. Like to watch something and then over years your opinion of it changes. You know what I mean? Or after another viewing, you know, like so there's been times where I watched a movie that I thought I hated, and then when I watched it again, I was like, you know what? Actually, I think I did enjoy that, you know, more than I thought I did. So,
yo, I thought about that Barbarian. Rashad, don't be mad at me.
Man, fuck that movie.
Yo,
my opinion will never change on that, bro. Yo, Barbarian, fuck that movie and his hairy nipple.
I don't know.
All right?
I don't know. Detroit really liked that though. Like when I thought about it, like that's some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody left the city. Like literally everybody left Detroit City, like and left and just left this barren fucking town, like The Last of Us and shit, and all type of crazy shit going. Like I said, it was a serial killer, not even like a year ago and shit. It was just killing like. You know what I'm saying? Prostitutes and shit and just leaving them in an abandoned house and shit.
Really?
Like, cutting them up. Yeah. Real facts. This facts. It's not even a movie and shit.
That should be a movie.
That should be a movie.
Not the damn hairy nipple, you know, trying to feed a damn grown ass fucking man.
Rashad.
Yeah, but this dude, he was a barbarian. He was, you get it? You know what I'm saying? He was taking all these women, you know what I'm saying, and making incest babies, and it was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. You know what I'm saying?
I seen it on the X-Files 20 years prior.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, Rashad. That was one of my favorite films of last year.
Barbarian. Oh shit! I ain't alone.
I mean, hey,
it happened.
You like what you like. Look, Shaft 2019 was one of my favorite movies, and people shit on that. So you know, you like what you like, man.
Barbarian. I thought Barbarian was like a George Gervin layup, just the way just the story structure.
Listen, it started out promising. Like the way it started out, I was intrigued. I said, okay, I want to see where this goes. And then when I saw where it went, it took it back to X-Files 98, that episode that they only aired one time.
Yeah.
About the incest family.
Yeah.
They took it straight from that episode. I'm like, dude, that's the X-Files.
Yeah.
Because remember Black Task, they had the mom under the bed, like she had no arms and shit.
Yeah,
she was all deranged in the floor. Yeah, and they kept getting her pregnant, and she was like, you know, and if the baby died, they would bury the baby outside and shit. Yeah, it was ripped straight from that episode.
It was a wicked episode. But one thing I've learned about this conversation, especially with horror films, the first time you see it, whether it's opening night or opening weekend, is your best response because you're caught in the moment of a communal experience. Especially when it's crowded, because you hear people yell, scream, you feel the intensity. But once you watch a horror movie, it can't scare you again the second time around, the first time. Horror is like a really tricky thing. So maybe that first experience is more about the experience than the movie actually being good, scary, or bad.
Yeah, and I tell you what, an example of the reverse of that, I remember when New Nightmare came out, right, 94. And at the time, you go to a little rinky-dink theater, you see the newest Freddy, the newest Jason movie, have a great time, right? But New Nightmare was like one of the first meta movies. And at the time, that was new. We didn't really know what that was. So once again, packed crowd, everybody hated it. Yep. Like, and at first, it was like, yeah, Freddy Krueger's back. And then as the movie went, like, what the fuck is this? And when it went off, everybody, we all walked out like, man, what the hell was that bullshit? That was some garbage, bro. Like we hated New Nightmare at first, but then when it came to Blockbuster and I finally watched it by myself and just like really watched it, I loved it. It was like I'm like, damn, this movie's actually dope. Yeah. But at the time, as a crowd, we didn't get it. We was expecting typical Elm Street, and we didn't get that.
Yeah. You know? Like I'm not a fan of the Scream movies, but I have to admit, opening night, I do feel the electricity going through my body because of everybody else.
Yeah, the energy there. You know what
I'm saying?
Once the movie's over, I'm like, okay, the high came down. I'm never going to watch this again. So horror is like a really small little clique you got to be a part of. And to me, it's all about opening weekend and the magic gone after that. Very few horror films are long lasting after that.
Yeah.
Very few.
Now that you say that, I seen the first Scream opening weekend. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of Wes, of course, from the Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Nightmare '84. You know what I'm saying? Dream Warriors, and I really enjoyed New Nightmare when I seen it. You know what I'm saying? I was in that crowd where I started talking about like, you know, hey, fuck this movie. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, niggas went in on that movie, man.
Scary.
Niggas went in.
I was like, that shit was kind of scary though, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? With the real life and the, you know what I'm saying, the special effect guy Claw killing the husband. I like, I thought it was dope. But then they came out with Scream, and I thought that was such a good idea. More than I like the movie Scream actually too, the whole movie. But like, I thought just that present idea of showing respect to the past slashers, you know what I'm saying, and bringing it back in this new light in the 90s, and that's what it was. I think that's where it lives the best, you know what I'm saying, even though they try to reinvent it. Of course I'll watch them because I'm stupid, you know, like, oh yeah, this is predictable, of course it's fucking him. Like, why wouldn't it be him, the dude that didn't talk the whole movie, you know what I'm saying? I can see him, you know what I'm saying, but that first one, I just think it was a great idea, you know what I'm saying, on this presentation that hadn't been done before with the thing of two killers. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point in time, I think that, you know what I'm saying, that's that quintessential slasher for me, you know what I'm saying? Just that one, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it was lightning in the bottle.
Yes, you had like smart teenagers having conversation about what's going on in their school and community, and it made sense. It wasn't like some dumb teenagers in the woods taking their clothes off, going skinny dipping. I'm like, I see myself hanging out with this crowd.
Yeah.
What do you want from
me? did you go black on purpose, nigga, or did the camera fall off?
No, my battery went dead. My bad.
Oh shit.
the blackening part 2.
Damn, that was some good time. Yo, that's why I asked, did he do that on purpose? Because that timing was too good. That was some good timing, man. Oh shit. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, Scream was definitely lightning in a bottle, man. It piggybacked off of New Nightmare, because New Nightmare, like I said, was one of the first meta movies, and then Scream just took it to the next level. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Really that one too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really. The rest of them are like mediocre, really.
Yeah. Yeah, because the first one, that concept never been done before, and after that, the gimmick, it's only a gimmick after that, and it's just like, okay, done this. You know, they're referencing other movies, other timelines. You're like, okay, that ain't working. You got one time to scare an audience to death, and then after
that's what I'm saying. It's that initial experience that you were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can get that. Remember the opening weekend to Menace to Society, son?
I didn't get to see that in the theater, bro. That's one of my biggest regrets in life, man. I didn't get to see that in the theater, man. Listen, I was poor back then. I couldn't make it to the theater, bro.
Time out.
All right, man. All right,
I'm glad that we this is beautiful. This is beautiful because I was just watching Menace a couple days ago on Blu-ray, and I caught it on home video, right? When it first went to home video, I caught it, I'm like, yo, this movie is nuts. That first that opening was I was 8 years old when I saw it, and it was just so chilling.
Yeah.
That opening scene at the bodega, the corner.
I think you saw about what I pay your monkey ass without feeling.
Yeah, fuck you, Ted.
Even that, like, it was just
is Ron O'Neal or something.
It was just so cold. Now TJ and Q, we gotta unpack the theater experience,
the theatrical experience, because I missed it, bro. I didn't see it until it came into a block. Actually, okay, we had a pick between Menace and Poetic Justice, and Poetic Justice won. Everybody outvoted me, so we saw Poetic Justice.
That came out the same weekend.
No, they were around the same time. So Menace came out first. Menace came out first. So by the time Poetic Justice came out, Menace was on his way out. So I think that's why everybody voted for Poetic Justice, because this is the new John Singleton movie. But I got outvoted.
Hughes Brothers, that was Hughes Brothers. I think Poetic Justice came out maybe a year later, maybe.
No, like a month. It was like a month later. They came out the same.
Was it like a month?
Yeah, same summer.
Damn. I don't remember.
Damn. They came out the same summer, because we was like, y'all want to go see Menace or Poetic Justice? And we're like, let's go see Poetic Justice. I'm like, no, I don't want to see no damn Poetic. But I was like, well, Janet Jackson.
Go see these gangsters.
Janet Jackson.
But like you, Cyrus, I did have the same experience. But see, when I was 14 when I watched it, right? And I've only done this with like 2 other movies where I watched it, right? and when the movie was over with, I rewound it all the way back to the beginning and watched it again. I watched it 2 times back to back.
Yo,
that's how much of an impact that movie had on me, bro.
Yo, that would right there, boy. That movie. When I saw it, I couldn't. I cannot take my eyes off that movie.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yo, this is how they get down over there on the West Coast.
Yes.
Hey, it's exactly how they get down here on the West Coast.
I was like, yo, I'm staying my ass over here.
Yeah.
For a while, that movie, I didn't even want to travel to visit over there. Because on the East Coast, Rashad, you know, we wear loud color, cross colors. You know what I'm saying? We like to experiment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over there,
it's a different beast.
Mac 10 said on the East we could be brothers, but on the West Coast, kill them loud ass colors. I'm like, yo, that shit is real.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't learn about Crips and Bloods till I saw the movie Colors. I thought that was like some fictionalized shit. I'm like, wow, they actually gangs that wear blue and red that exist. So when I saw Colors, I was like, that shit for real, and it was real, nigga.
Yeah.
So TJ and Q, I need you guys to bring Rashad and I through the theater experience for a minute. So please, I need a play-by-play.
Okay,
I need a play-by-play.
At this time, black films was on the rise.
Right.
Not just black films, but conscious black films, right? Spike Lee was at his apex during this time. So it was traditional. Either I was in college or I just got out of college. Every black film that came out opening weekend, me and the homies and a group of college students would go see these black films. Now, this particular one, I didn't do that. I fucked up. I was dating this girl. She was white and Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Now, she had blonde hair, big old titties like a white woman. She had Asian eyes that were green. She was beautiful. Had no ass. Had no ass. She had great legs. She had great legs. She was beautiful. Yeah. No ass at all. It was like,
well, usually it's one or the other, bro. It's one or the other. If you have big titties, most times you ain't got no ass. If you have a big ass, most times you ain't got no titties.
I like the titties. I love the titties.
I'm glad she had long blonde hair, kind of covered up the assless, you know. Well, she had one of them 1 minute. She had one of them last minute ass. It was like flat, and all of a sudden, you know. But at the time, it was summertime. It was hot as hell. I'm living in a 1-bedroom duplex, no central air. I had a swamp cooler. My car had no AC. And I was gonna go see it. She goes, well, you want to go together? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, well, I'll drive. I'm like, ooh, AC. And she had a Camaro. It was red. I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to go to like the whitest of white theaters to see this movie. Not playing nowhere. We had to go to the hood. So I'll go to see Menace Society opening night on a Friday with this. She looked white to everybody. You couldn't tell she was half Japanese. She got up close. So here I am walking down the aisle. And back then, there was no assigned seating. You have to like get in where you fit in. So we're close to the front. So as I'm walking down the aisle with this white woman, everybody's like moaning and groaning. Oh, this nigga gave me a white girl.
You got that jungle fever, nigga.
Yeah, so you know, because jungle fever came out with the same year. But I hear moans and groans. And the brothers was like, oh, okay, she ain't no ass, but she kind of proper, dude. And for short, her legs. All the women sounded like, you know, group.
You gonna bring a white ass in here. Boy, just like a typical nigga always get a white girl.
So, and when you see these movies in theaters, the trailers cater to the type of movie you're seeing.
Right.
Black trailer after black trailer after black trailer. So the movie starts, we watch it, and loved it. Great experience. The hardest part was getting up and walking out with her. Because the theater was just all about black love, because Jada Pinkett was in the movie and her man got shot. And I'm walking out with this woman, and the looks that I got, man, it was a long ride and walk to her car.
Damn.
And we got in the car, you know, she's driving me back to her crib. We're gonna hang out. Man, it was silence. For one, I was blown away by the movie, but a movie like that, if they're not part of your clan, you can't talk about what just happened.
Yeah. Right.
And so it was
That's
weird.
the blackening.
I got to her crib and I just felt like I don't want to be here no more today. I just want to go home. And, there's nothing she could have did to make me feel better. You can take off the top. You can go get some food. I gotta be with some black people or be by myself.
Man, get the white tees up my face, man. After what I just seen, I don't want that shit.
And I knew then, I'm like, I can't do this.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real, bro. I respect the hell out of that. That's the truth. Because I mean,
she wasn't no. I mean, she was on a scale of 1 to 10. She was probably a 9.75. She was bad.
Shit. Damn.
But like I said, I never seen that combination, white and Japanese. I never seen that combination.
Yeah. My AI brain is still not processing that one yet. Man. You know what I'm saying? White and you know what I'm saying Asian. I don't know.
Yeah, so what was the reaction though? Like, when Kane gets shot, right? I know when I first seen that shit, like, yo, a tear came to my eye, like when he was fighting for his life when Stacy was holding him, and he was like, just like that fucked me up when I watched. So what was the reaction from the crowd at that moment?
I think in the Sacramento, so they were shocked. Being from LA, I wasn't shocked because that's what really happens in real life. There's never a good ending story involved with gangs. When minute you get somebody, whether it's hand-to-hand combat, they coming back shooting.
Right.
And so when I seen it, it shocked me, but it didn't shock me. But the audience was like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Yep." That director knew what they was doing. That's how it really is in the hood. There's never a happy ending, man. It's never.
So the moment Kane beat up your boy, you knew he was gonna get it at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember got the car, no long ass legs running. But, hey, that's homeboy that be stuttering. That
I said.
Oh my God, I couldn't sit through that shit, man.
You know
what I'm saying.
That was my experience. Q, what's yours, man?
Man, that's a dope story, man. I don't think I can top that story. I'm telling you my honest memory of watching Menace Society for the first time. I think it came out like on a Friday, and then I don't think I had school that Friday, so I seen the first showing of Menace because I knew it was coming out. You know what I'm saying? And I had this one girl that I wanted to take named Hug. She was like a little light skinned, pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She ain't really cinematically cultured. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I take her to go see that. You know what I'm saying? The red bone. I took the red bone, son. I had to. Had no other choice. And I remember watching that movie, dog, and then like just being like, you know what I'm saying, from like when my man got shot at the beginning, you know what I'm saying, his cousin, like this is really going on right now at this time in the society, because I know the shit going on in Cali. I was in Tennessee at that time, you know what I'm saying, but I'm from Detroit. So like the same type of things happen, you know what I'm saying, in Detroit too. The gang violence is up here too. Not as crazy as out there. When I went out to California, you know what I'm saying, when we was getting that record deal, I had some shit on, like, you know, like I couldn't wear outside. Like, nah, bro, you can't fucking wear that. Like, oh shit, I didn't know. I think I had like a Red Wings jersey or some shit. Like, nah, you can't wear this out there. Yeah, yep. I was in Compton. Yep.
What's up, blood?
Yeah. It's like, no, I hear no blood. You know what I'm saying? No, this is the dark side. You know what I'm saying?
Real fucked up.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Other than that, though, seeing the movie, man, I had a great time seeing the movie, and I had just bought the soundtrack too, and it had some bangers on there. It had, you know, MCA
Trigger's Got No Heart.
Yeah, Trigger Got No Heart on there. Top of the World. What was that? Sipping on a Heineken. Ooh.
That was on the Above the Rim soundtrack.
Oh, that's on the Above the Rim shit. I got my soundtrack messed up.
It's all good.
Yeah. Menace, we straight up Menace and Trigger Got No Heart, like the two songs I remember most from that soundtrack.
My little bangers on there. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, man, I just remember having a good time, and then like as soon as I got on VHS, I like rewound it and watched it so many times, and showed it to all my friends, because I think the next weekend I seen it with all my friends, but that first night was just like, you know, I can never watch that the first time again and shit. It was like incredible by the Hughes brothers. Yeah.
So that's I remember I showed it to my sister for the first time, and she cried, man. Like she was like bawling out. She's like, "Why'd you tell me this movie was so sad?" I'm like,
let me ask y'all guys this, right? Now, both of you are in the packed theater, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I was.
Okay. Was it at nighttime?
No, I went to a matinee.
For sure.
Okay. So in that theater, how did the theater react when O-Dog shot the store owner?
Lost
The
their
Asian
mind.
study.
Lost before for one, we didn't
Yeah.
see it coming, and everybody was like, "Oh!" We had people jump out of their seats. I had brothers in the aisle going, "Oh, dog! Oh!" People was holding the back of their head. They was tripping because I jumped, and the way he did it, he was like, damn, he was like,
Yeah.
Man,
throwing bullets.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Old dog just. I mean, because the opening of the movie, somebody got shot, you know, at the domino table or whatever was doing. And then that happened. And this is one thing I got to say about this movie. That and maybe New Jack City are two movies that are perfectly paced.
Facts.
Society had you from the beginning. I was on the edge of my seat for the rest of that movie. And after the old dog part, everybody was quiet, except for the cliche scenes, I suck your dick and all that kind of stuff. People start losing their minds. But this movie, even the thugs in the theater was respectful of the culture of the movie. They was quiet when it had to be, when it was loud. When certain songs started playing, people would stand up and start crip walking. I mean,
they was crip walking in the aisle, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
They played that Straight Up Menace. That MCA was the hardest song ever.
Yeah, Straight Up Menace.
Straight Up Menace, like that came on. Like
there was no white teenagers walking out there to tell you, "Hey, can you please sit down and be quiet?" They would have got fucked up.
Oh yeah,
I can imagine.
So they shut them doors. They probably put chains on them because we acted a fool when a song came up. We was like dancing in our seats, everything, man.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was a communal. That must have been a communal experience for that.
One of the best.
That's got to be one of the best.
I hate I missed it, man. In the theater,
I couldn't enjoy it fully because I had a snow bunny have Jack with me.
She wasn't getting up dancing though. You know what I'm saying? Straight Up Menace.
She only dated brother, so she was like, well, she had no rhythm. You know, she was trying. You know,
she was trying.
I was like, sit your ass down. Sit your ass.
But you don't know ass at all.
Like
smack
homeboy,
ass, make your head hit the ball.
Part. Man, sit your ass down.
So would you say Menace to Society is your number one best communal theater experience?
No, it's close. I think Straight Outta Compton, as far as black film, Straight Outta Compton is the best. Straight Outta Compton, because that's my home city. I knew the story, and 5-0 was at every doorway at the theater. But that movie, the music is better in Straight Outta Compton. For me, it was because it was an iconic song, how NWA got together. And when they went to that one skating ring and they performed Dope Man, everybody was crip walking, everybody was dancing. And I went with my homeboys. I didn't bring no Snow Bunny. So we was like, yeah.
So I bet that shit sound dope in the fucking theater system.
What was that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying, I just imagine how Dope Man sounded on the fucking theater system. I bet that sounded fucking sweet.
I did enjoy that seeing Straight Outta Compton and hearing all that music in the theater and shit. Like the shit I grew up with. Like, yes, I'm here for it, bro.
And the thing about it, to me, to date, it's the best ever black documentary about hip hop. There's
documentary. That's a movie, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because opening scene was cinematic. You had a tank, but that shit happened in our neighborhood, man. I seen that shit with my own 2 eyes when I was a kid.
Yeah. Only thing about Straight Outta Compton that kind of rubbed me wrong was where they did Easy, man. I feel like they really didn't, I feel like they didn't represent Easy all the way in that one, man. Especially the scene where Suge Knight beat him up. Like, come on, like, if you was around at that time, you knew Eazy-E was that nigga. There's no way Easy would have let Suge do that to him and Suge live, Easy was a real fucking gangster, You
got to remember,
there's no way that could have happened to him like that.
It was Q and Dr. Dre were the producers. Eazy-E wasn't with us, so they told their part of the story to be elevated, and Eazy-E took a background in that movie because he wasn't there to defend himself, only his mama and his son at the time. But
don't get me wrong, I love the movie, but that's the only thing I was like, dude, Easy was a fucking gangster, man. Ain't no way Easy went out like that. Yeah.
You ever hear that story about like Suge gave him got him beat up, gave him the AIDS shot?
I heard about the AIDS shot. I heard about that. But as far as beating him down now the way that story really went, from what I heard, was Suge was trying to get Easy to sign off on Dr. Dre, right? So Dre can go with Death Row. You know what I'm saying? Because Easy had a contract on Dre even when he went to Death Row. And he did bring some thugs with him. He did bring some people with him. But what he did was he signed a different name on the contract. He didn't sign, his name on there. So that's how he got away with that. So when the Chronic came out, Easy was still getting back pay from that.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody jumps that though, man. Yeah.
That comment is true. When Snoop Dogg.
Oh, that was
Yeah, that was the one bad casting, I gotta say.
With Lakeith Stanfield?
Yeah.
Lakeith Stanfield's living large now.
Oh, was he Lakeith Stanfield? And
I forgot Lakeith Stanfield was in that. Yeah.
A lot of people did. A lot of people did.
Yeah, at the time he was kind of a nobody, but yeah, because there was guys in the movie that looked like Snoop. The dude with the afro that was crip walking on the side when they're doing a riot.
Right.
But he probably couldn't act. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
And that director had one of my favorite directors of all time, man. Gary Gray.
Gray. Give respect. Give this man his flowers for real. Do we got a Hollywood Walk of Fame yet?
I don't think so.
Gary Gray? He need one. He deserve it.
He probably got one in Compton on a wall that's spray painted, maybe.
Hell yeah, for sure. But I heard about those whole ass stars though. You got to pay $75,000. You know what I'm saying, to keep the upkeep on them too. So like, they can give you one. You don't have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to pay $75, not $75. Excuse me, $75,000. You know what I'm saying? To keep the upkeep on it. Yeah, like some people just don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, F. Gary Gray definitely deserves one. You talking about Friday, The Negotiator, Straight Outta Compton. He did Fast 7, right?
8. Fast 8.
I know he did one of the Fast movies.
Yeah, it's called what? Fate of the Furious.
Yeah, Fate of the Furious. Yeah. So I would agree. He deserves.
The only movie he did I didn't like a whole lot, but it was still well done. Was that Men in Black movie? Remember?
He directed the Men in Black movie. Oh, I ain't know that.
Part 4 with my wife. What's her name?
Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson, yeah.
That movie wasn't that good at all. Yeah,
no, it wasn't.
That one was kind of horrible.
Yeah,
it don't even seem like he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like weird.
But I'm gonna tell you one of my favorites that he did, man. The Italian Job. That's a dope ass movie.
Damn, I forgot he did that.
That's another one of those brothers where his work is diverse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He could do hood. He could do action. Biopic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he need a new project, man. I can't wait to see what he gonna come out with next with. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we need to give him his flowers now because, like, he been making some shit for like decades. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Now, for me, like the movie for me that stands out like the best Black experience as far as on the screen was Q. You know this, bro. When I saw House Party.
Oh,
my older cousins. I was the baby, so it was like all my older cousins. They was like 16, 17. I was like 10. And they took me, packed theater. People had 40s and shit, smoking weed. With smuggling. They had a McDonald's across the street from the movie theater, so niggas was smuggling McDonald's in the theaters. It was a party while watching House Party.
Oh, man, that's a great experience. Yes.
Oh, loved it.
Yes. I love to hear that.
So that was your that was your number one. That was your number one?
Yeah, I remember seeing that with my mom and shit. Like one of the first showings again and shit. We just happened to know House Party was going. I was always a nerd like that with the new movies and shit.
Yeah, and
House Party shit was live, and then
that's another one where that's one. What's that?
I probably got a couple of number ones that are tied because my other number one favorite scene,
I don't know,
communal experience is Django Unchained because I've never seen a white man get beat with a bullwhip by a black guy.
Yeah.
So when that happened, me, my boy Charles, and my son, we stood up, and that theater was packed with all kind of people, more white than black. And we stood up and we was cheering because I've never seen that in my life ever. The way he was, pow.
It's slow mo.
Lady on the tree was doing like this. Man,
eyes were bucking.
Man, that was incredible.
Well, that's why Tarantino gets a pass for using the N-word in his movies, man, because he gave us that shit. So he gets a pass.
That movie is I watched that with a bunch of white people, man. Imagine what I went through. And we stood up and we made, man, we were slapping five. We was yelling and cheering. I've never seen that ever in cinema. Ever. And he got his ass whooped, let me tell you.
That's a good one. I missed that one too. I didn't get to see Django in the theater.
Yeah, I seen that one too. That low key. That's honestly one of my favorite Tarantino movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That might be my favorite. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Like it's well put together, super racist, and you know what I'm saying? And all that shit. Like Leonardo DiCaprio had problems saying, you know what I'm saying, the N-word, but he had to. Like, well, I don't want to.
No, you ever see that? You ever see that short with when Tarantino, where I think it was Jamie Foxx telling the story where Tarantino got mad at him because of the way he was playing Django.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, okay, I knew this was gonna happen. All right, you're a fucking slave. Okay, you can't read. You're not cool. You're a fucking slave. Okay, then he becomes the hero.
There you go. Yep, you got to do the and then you got to do that part. Yeah.
And that was one of the rare movies where they looked like slaves, like their lips were chapped, their skin. You know, they didn't look
nappy ass hair.
Yeah, because a lot of slave movies, they got nice lips. They got Vaseline or Carmex. You know, these look like slaves. I'm like, whoa. The production value and the realism, man.
Now, was your theater packed for Django?
Say what?
Was your theater packed for Django?
Yeah, it was like I said, it was more white people than black people.
No way.
So when we stood up, people were like this. They got scared. Because man, it was. I popped up like Jack. Whoa! Because the whole time he's beating them, I'm cheering like at a football game. I've never seen that, man. Then my boy Charles stood up. Then my son stood up. We were all like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you had some white folks mad at you, but of course they're not.
I didn't care.
They'll talk about it in the car, but they're not going to say it to you, to your face.
Or either they were like,
"You heard me, pay for my fucking candy."
There are some of them white people, they kind of hipsters. They probably say, you know what? They deserve this moment. That's
yeah. We'll give them that. We'll give them that. Oh shoot!
But I'll tell you this: the hardest Quentin Tarantino movie I ever watched in a packed house was The Hateful Eight. Me and Charles.
I love The Hateful Eight.
And I went Christmas Day. I never forget it. Here in downtown Sacramento, the old school theater, like one of those old school refurbished theater. We was the only two black people in that whole movie, and that made me uncomfortable because that movie threw around the N-word a lot.
Yeah, it was racist.
Probably
that was
one of my worst experiences.
Yo, because he had that nasty girl in the carriage at first. You know what I'm saying? When she spit on the thing and shit. Like,
what's her name?
Bad.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh. And I used to crush on her with Fast Times at Richmond High. I thought she was gorgeous in that movie, man. But
and also
a nasty little thing.
Remember Single White Female?
Single White Female, yeah.
Oh, Single White Female when she threw the dog out the window, right?
Yeah, but in Hateful Eight, I was like, oh God, so what happened to her, man?
That was a tough.
Yeah, she was mean.
That was the most controversial Quentin Tarantino I've ever watched in a theater because it was all white people. They were older white people. And so, but the best part, when Samuel Jackson got homeboy to do what he did in that movie.
Right.
So, I laughed.
Which one did Spike Lee get mad about? I know at one point Spike wasn't fucking with Tarantino because
all of them.
Was it? Okay, I know it was a particular one where you really got mad. I want to say it was Jackie Brown, but it was one where you really got mad at him.
I think it was Jackie Brown. It was definitely Jackie Brown, but he definitely had something to say about Django as well.
Right.
And I listen. I ride with Spike all day, every day. 7 days a week, 7.5. If we get another half a day, I'm rocking with Spike. I feel where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Quentin Tarantino he kind of he gets a little comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm like, this is unnecessary. I feel like it's unnecessary at times. But aside from that, and I'm not making excuses for him at all, the man is a fucking genius, man.
Oh yeah, he's a master. That dude's a fucking Jedi master of filmmaking, man. Yeah. I mean, he does get. He's that white dude that thinks that's get a little too comfortable around brothers and feel like it's okay to say. But like, even Eminem knows better not to say that word among. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we claim Eminem. We claim him. He's ours, but even he knows. Okay, that's a word I can't say.
Yeah.
He said it in Pulp Fiction, didn't he? You know what I'm saying? Dead nigga storage, right?
Yeah.
He said it himself.
He said it himself. It was, and his wife was black.
Yeah. But
that's right. Yeah, you're right. Damn.
Yeah, but he's into that shock value, so it's shocking, but it's so well written. You're like, well, damn, okay, I'm gonna rock with this. But Spike Lee jumped on everybody. I mean, he attacked Tyler Perry, and what's mad, what made me mad about it, because Spike Lee and Quentin worked together on Girl 6.
Yeah.
So, but since Girl 6, Tarantino went here, and Spike was kind of like stuck in mud. So, so I think there's a little bit of jealousy involved.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he never went off to because I know him and Scorsese real tight, and Scorsese's notorious for shitting on niggas in his movies.
That's what I'm saying. Part of me is like, Spike, are you picking and choosing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like Spike, like, so Scorsese is to Spike how I look at Quentin, right? So Quentin, if I patent a lot of my shit, my writing style, I patent a lot of it after Quentin, right? Minus the N-word shit. And Spike grew up revering Scorsese. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Only thing is, you know, there's a lot of shit that Quentin does that I would publicly say that I wasn't feeling it as it pertains to all that N-word shit.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen Spike, you know, say anything about Scorsese and that.
Never.
And I've never seen him say anything.
And if you watch his film, Scorsese, you know, he could be a little harsh on the brothers, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's that scene in Taxi Driver where he said, you know, he was gonna kill a nigga and you know, kill Sam Jackson and Goodfellas.
Yeah. And plus, when you look at Do the Right Thing, that segment where each race stared into the camera and said all those derogatory words about other races.
Right.
That was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in cinema. So Spike Lee gotta be, you know, I think it was more jealousy than it was Quentin's not representing black people in the right light, you know.
Right. A little bit of haterade going on, you know.
Yeah. But that's how. But Quentin knows that's how people talk.
Right.
Whether you want to believe it or not, that's how people talk sometimes behind closed doors, behind your back. So
yeah,
a lot of realism. That's what makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, and then you look at the people he's worked with. I mean, if Quentin was really racist, you think Samuel L. Jackson would have worked with him 5 times? You know, and said Sam Jackson was one of the blackest motherfuckers in Hollywood, you know, as far as, you know, actually being one of us, you know what I mean? Like Sam Jackson call you motherfucker in a second. So do you think he would work with Quentin that many times if he was really a racist like that?
But I think Samuel Jackson's a true professional.
Yeah.
He's a professional. He read the script and he said to Quentin, man, if I play this character in this movie, Django Unchained, black people are going to hate me. He goes, exactly.
Yeah.
And the true professional, he took that role on and he
killed it. He knocked it out.
He was really good at it. I think he should have been nominated. Wow. Was he not nominated for any award for that? He should have been.
If not, he should have been.
Yeah, he should have won.
I think Sam Jackson only got that one nomination. I think he only got nominated for Pulp Fiction.
The white guy won the Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Christoph Waltz won for Best Supporting Actor.
He deserved it.
I think it should have been Sam Jackson, though. But Sam Jackson, our rival, was just as good.
I think what it was is screen time. He didn't have enough screen time to be a co-star in that movie Django. He came late in the picture, whereas Christoph Waltz was from the beginning all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So I think it's timing on screen will let you know if you could be nominated or not. Just like Jack Nicholson for A Few Good Men. He didn't have a whole lot of screen time in that movie, but he was definitely nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Even what's your boy that won for Moonlight? Damn, how do you say his name?
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali. He was in that movie for like 8 minutes, and he won the Best Supporting Actor. He was barely in the movie. Like he was in the beginning, and that was it. I think that Sam Jackson's just too black to win an Oscar. You know, the guy that says motherfucker, they can't have him getting on stage with that damn trophy. Think of his motherfucking trophy. You know, I just think you're too black for the award, bro. That's my personal opinion. Because how the hell, boy, he played Mace Windu, Steven, like he only got nominated for Pulp Fiction.
That was the only nomination?
Nothing else is only nomination. Yeah, that's it.
Only nomination.
He should have
been. And you hear, and when he loses, you can read his lips. He said, "Shit," but he lost.
A shout out to my girl, Michael Ann, from all the way from Canada, chimed in on Girl 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I met Spike Lee in person, he came to Sac State to do a speech.
Yeah.
He just finished Clockers and just finished Girl 6. He was talking about Girl 6 before it came out. So that was cool. That's when I got his autograph and met him in person and everything. That was really cool.
Okay. Is he like really small in person? Like, because he's like, Spike is like 5'4", right? Something like that.
Yeah, he was sitting down.
Oh, he's sitting down. Okay.
He was sitting at the table with all his merch. He signed my book, and he looked up at me with them glasses, like his glasses on his nose. He looked at me like this. Okay. And my friend who invited me, she's my coworker. You know, she was white, so I was there with a snow bunny. So he did like this. He looked at me and looked at her like.
Hey,
drop the ticket, baby.
You gave him an idea for another movie. He said, Jungle Fever.
She was a coworker who I love Spike Lee. And at the time, she was going to Sac State. She said, "Hey, Spike Lee's coming to Sac State. Do you want to meet him?" I'm like, "Yeah." So she bought my ticket. I'm like, "Of course we're going together." But Spike Lee, he gave me that Jungle Fever look like.
You did see the movie, didn't you?
He said, "Jungle Fever will return." Oh,
like, damn, Spike.
Well, at least he wasn't an asshole, because sometimes you meet these celebrities in person, you're like, "Wow, that guy's a douchebag, man." So
no, and the thing about it, when I went to see Spike Lee in person speak, majority of the crowd was white and Asian. I mean, they loved him. I mean, standing ovation. Man, he talked for 2 hours. Man, it was the best experience of my life. Man, that was in '95 when he came to. So,
that was like at the height of his career, because he just came off Clockers, I think, and Malcolm X, and
he came off with Clockers, and his next film. I remember watching Martin on Fox 40. They would always show the trailer of Girl 6 because it kind of came to that part. But yeah, I always seen the trailer of Girl 6. I was like, "Oh, Madonna's in there, Quentin Tarantino's in there, that fine girl from Jungle Fever's in there that was talking mess. Ended up being the lead lady." But yeah, it's not a very popular movie, but I remember Prince did the whole soundtrack. Remember?
Yeah,
Prince did the whole soundtrack for Girl 6.
Don't crucify me, but I've never actually watched Girl 6.
It's a fun. You know what it's about, right?
It's about like phone sex.
Yeah. It's a very interesting movie, man, and to hear these people talk and get into character, it's don't watch it with your daughter.
There's surprisingly is a lot of Spike Lee movies I haven't seen. Like me and Perez are supposed to be collabing for Inside Man. I've never seen Inside Man.
Ooh, I like Inside Man.
I've never seen Inside Man.
I like that one.
That was probably
one of my favorite endings of all time. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming, but that's probably his best big budget studio film out of all of his films. It's probably perfect. A perfect film. I swear to God.
Nice.
It's probably a perfect film.
Now I'm excited. I'm like, I don't know how I missed it, but yeah, I've never seen that. I've never with Edward Norton, 25th Hour.
Woo!
I like that one too.
Never seen that one.
Where was Rosario Dawson in that too? Was Rosario Dawson in there or no?
Yes, she was. Oh, my light went out. My bad. The blackening.
Hold on, wait. My whole battery went out. These brothers having a conversation. I can't think about that. The girl in Girl 6. I don't know what that actress's name, but she was pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Girlfriend.
What is her name? Was it Teresa Randall the lead?
Yeah, I think it is.
That's her name, Teresa Randall.
Her name. Because they just replaced her for Bad Boys 4 because I don't know if she had some kind of sickness or something, but
oh wow.
Yeah, Tasha Smith is replacing her in Bad Boys 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was she in the other ones?
Yeah, she played Martin's wife in all 3 movies. Yeah.
Oh,
she's Martin Lawrence's wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think she's sick or something's going on with her.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was her first leading role ever in a movie. Was Girl 6.
Girl 6, yep. Well, I saw because before that she did. I remember she was in Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. She had the little. Yeah, she had the little lips, the little sexy lips, and she was
right. She was in that. She was in Jungle Fever.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember she was in CB4. I think wasn't she Chris Rock's girlfriend in CB4?
Oh man.
Damn.
I've never seen that movie from beginning to end.
Yeah, she was in CB4. Yeah, she was in a lot of stuff back at that time.
Low Cash.
Yeah, straight a Low Cash. Crazy motherfucking name Gusto.
Cut the bitch is the big hoe. No. Fuck your mama. Fuck your cat.
Yeah, so fuck your sister, fuck your cat, I fuck your mom, but the bitch is too fat.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, Teresa Randall.
Yeah, Teresa Randall, yep. Good stuff, man.
But yeah, man, I think you really like Girl 6. It's a slow burn. It's not action, but the story is deep, and how you can get caught up in it. Because she's a struggling actress. And so she's trying to make some extra money. So she said, I'm going to do phone sex. So what do? When you do phone sex, you act. You act out for these men. And Madonna tried to tell her, hey, be careful. Don't let your real life and your fake life get crossed up. And the movie's about that. And Prince did the whole soundtrack, man. It's dope.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, I'm going to have to...
you're talking about She Hate Me.
She Hate Me.
I've seen that one, too.
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh, you know what it's about? You know what it's about, right?
Nah.
Oh man, it's every man's dream. You got all these women that's paying you to impregnate them, but you have no responsibility, no child support. They're giving you thousands and thousands of dollars, and half these women are gay. So they're like, we want a baby, and we'll pay you handsomely, and the baby's ours. He's like, okay. Yeah, it's called She Hate Me, and that movie's deep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Jim Brown just passed away, and he's in that movie. She Hate Me.
Man, rest in peace. Oh, yeah. That broke my heart when I heard that. Yeah.
He was what, 87?
87, yeah. Okay, so he was in 2 Spike Lee movies, and that one and He Got Game. Yeah,
because he played the father of Anthony Mackie in that movie. She Hate Me.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, Jim Brown. You know, I should watch I'm Gonna Get You Sucker tonight after I get off of this, man. I love Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Or all those blaxploitation movies back in the day.
Slaughter, was it Slaughter's Big Payoff? 3 the Hard Way? We just reviewed that. Yep.
Man, yeah.
Jim Brown, he was a man's man, boy. I always love that story Richard Pryor told, where Richard Pryor said Jim Brown tried to get him off cocaine.
I never heard the story.
Yeah. Said he came. Said Richard Pryor, like he was freebasing at the time, man. So yeah, this big motherfucker come to my house, man, talking about what you gonna do, what you gonna do. So man, leave me the fucking lost what I want you to do. This motherfucker kept following me around, man. But Jim, one of his legs bigger than me.
Yeah, Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip. It's free on YouTube.
Yeah,
he's wearing a red suit.
The red suit.
I remember that. Yeah. That's one of the. I had that on VHS. Yeah, I definitely remember that.
Yeah, that's me to that story. Yeah, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the fuck away from you so I can hear what you gonna do. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but I want you to leave me the fuck alone.
He told, Black Taz, you ever heard that one? I don't think it's on any of the stand-up specials, but it was like, 'cause I used to have the Richard Pryor albums, right?
Yeah.
I had the CD collection. If you remember, there was one story he told where he said there was like a big dude that was gonna get in a fight with Jim, and there was like 5 motherfuckers holding him. You ever heard that one?
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah, he said, Jim Brown said, Jim, some people have a death wish and want to fuck with him. Like, there was another big nigga wanting to fight him, man. He was like 6'5". He said, man, there's like 5 niggas holding him. Like, man, let me go, man. Motherfucking Jim Brown. He said, Jim said something that just chilled his shit, right? He said, hey, man, I think if you let the man go, he can express himself a little better. Then he said, when to whisper to the motherfuckers holding him, like, hey, if any of y'all let me go, if any of y'all motherfuckers take a hand off me, it's going to be on. Yeah, the dude was freaking out. Jim said, hey, man, let the man go so he can express himself a little better.
Richard Pryor told the absolute best. One of my favorite stories is the story about God and a sandwich. You ever heard that one?
Nah, I hear that one.
Man, I'm gonna tell you real quick. He said, man, back in the day, we was poor. We was real poor, right? We was starving. And I'm walking down the street. I heard a voice. Hey, Richard. He's like, God? He goes, yes. And he said, hey, man, I know times is rough, but believe in the Lord, and I will be your savior, make it to heaven. He's like, man, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. I'm starving out here. And he got his hands on a sandwich. Yeah. And he was like eating that sandwich. He was like, and a voice said, hey, Richard, this is God. He said, hey, God, how you doing, man? You know, I'm up here, you know. He said, hey, man, times is rough. Richard, can I get a bite of your sandwich? He told God no. So he dies and about to go to hell. And he's like, God, no, he said he caught on fire or something, just some bad way. Caught on fire. God, I'm on fire. God damn, Jesus, God help me. No, you never gave me a bite of your sandwich. So
like, who the fuck comes up with some shit like that, man?
Man, he told God no. He said he was so poor that God was hungry.
God couldn't get it.
He said he caught on fire. God help me, I'm on fire. He said, nope. You never gave me a bite of your sandwich, so
man, that's definitely a cocaine joke.
Yeah, right, man. Best ever.
That's a cocaine joke, man.
That
I think
particular one is on one of his albums. I think it's it might be the one called That Nigger's Crazy, but I think he's tied to a tree and the Ku Klux Klan turned around. It might be that album, but you can probably Google it. It's audio only, but that story about that sandwich and God is a classic.
Yeah, you know what's sad though, bro, about Richard and Jim Brown was that I think you know the story how they had their own production company. Like, 'cause remember Richard Pryor at the time in the late 70s, early 80s, he had a deal with Columbia Pictures, and they gave him like $12 million or some shit like that to produce his own films. So him and Jim Brown started what I think it was called Vertigo Pictures, so not Vertigo, but what was it called? Indigo. It was named. It was some shit. But him and Jim Brown started a production company together, and they were supposed to like produce and make like a lot of black films. And one of the first scripts they got was Purple Rain. Because Jim Brown told Richard, like, look, man, there's this guy named Prince. This guy, you know, he's up and coming. We have to do this movie. And Richard's like, nah, I don't want to do that shit, man. You know, nah, fuck that, you know. So Richard, on that freebase and cocaine and shit, passed up on a lot of projects. And eventually the company just fell apart, you know.
Richard Pryor burned it to the ground.
Yeah. And him and Jim Brown haven't spoken since. That was like 83, 84. And so up until the day Richard Pryor died, man, him and Jim Brown never spoke to each other because they were best friends at one time.
They were.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And after that fallout, man, they never spoke to each other.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's pretty deep.
Yeah, so just think like what could have been, you know what I'm saying? Like Purple Rain being Yeah.
They would have been the Tyler Perry that we know now back then.
Well, that was unheard of. That never happened before. Like, I mean, you'll give Sidney Poitier a couple of $1 million and say direct a movie, but to give a black man that much money to say, hey, you know, make the movies that you want to make, that was unheard of at the time. But that's how big a star Richard Pryor was, and he let it go to shit.
Man, I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
All that freebasing.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Brown was doing it too now because Jim Brown was a cokehead too, but you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Him and Richie got high together, but Richie was that bad where Jim was like, hey, motherfucker, you know, why he's wiping his own nose? You doing too much of that. You doing too much of that shit, baby, bro.
Throw your ass down. But he had a big body. He can take it a little bit more, but Richard was a little dude, man.
Yeah, Richard,
doing all the code.
I think he had like a $20,000 a week fucking habit, some shit like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He was getting it in then. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Cocaine, Jack. Shit.
The hell of a drug.
Man, I killed my car one time, man. Remember that joke like said? He said, yeah, that vodka said, shoot out a tire. Boom.
Well, remember his wife was going to leave him. She goes, I'm leaving. She goes, not in this car, bitch.
Not this motherfucker, Jack.
We shut the tire. He said the tires was like, oh. Then it got good too. I shot all the tires.
Yeah. Said to my then the police showed up and I went in the house. because they got guns too.
Yep.
And they don't kill cars; they kill niggas.
Brilliant, bro.
And see how he got into character. He'd talk about a dog and became the dog, you know?
Yeah.
And he was, man, I've just never seen anything like that until Eddie Murphy came along.
Right. Yeah, Eddie, you could tell he was inspired by Richard, but Eddie took what Richard did and just like, it was like Michael Jordan and Dr. J, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dr. J was that nigga, but then Michael Jordan was like that nigga. That's Richard and
with Eddie Murphy he dressed better and he could sing, so his act had a little bit more components. So man, he was the best at what he did at the time.
With only 2 stand-up specials that came out, right?
Only 2.
Yep, Delirious and Raw. That was it. And then he walked away at the height of his comedic career.
At his apex. That's how you see what you on top.
Yep.
Because you remember Here and Now by Richard Pryor, it was funny, but it wasn't that funny.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. Yeah.
He had that blue suit and that red. You could feel like, remember, he got booed in that one.
Yeah. He was getting heckled. Yeah. They was heckling him. Yep.
Oh yeah. I don't remember seeing that one too much. Yeah, I remember the red suit though. I just watched that one.
Red suit is Live on the Sunset Strip, and then the one before that was Live in Concert.
Yeah,
that was the best. That's the best ever stand-up.
That's the one we talked about killing his car and fighting his father.
or a heart attack. He said he was jogging and a heart attack.
Said, he said, "Don't breathe." He said, "What?" I said, "Don't breathe." Okay, we'll breathe.
Yeah. The amazing stuff to do with the microphone too. It's just like it's just crazy. Like, you know, they can bring that whole thing to life with just himself. I remember seeing that. And then Raw son, just like I remember seeing that in '87 when it came out. It was just like, man, Eddie did come murder it, you know what I'm saying, with that one in Delirious. So I was like,
and the cool I wasn't allowed to watch that, bro. I wasn't allowed to watch Raw until I was like older, bro. My pop, like, he hid that shit for me.
You gotta remember that came out in theaters because Delirious came on HBO, I believe.
HBO,
yeah.
So I seen Raw. I was still in high school. I think I was either a junior or a senior in high school. Me and my homies went, talking about a great communal experience. Watching Raw in a theater, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That one and the Kings of Comedy were the 2 best I've ever seen in theaters. Because the Kings of Comedy, I'm in the aisle rolling back and forth, laughing. I got jujubes and M&Ms in my ass, residue, popcorn, butter. I'm in the aisle rolling back and forth.
Let me guess, Bernie, right? With Bernie?
But I mean,
I ain't seen that in a while.
Strangers, and you was high-fiving. You was hugging strangers. That movie, I mean, and remember, and that's a Spike Lee joint too.
Yeah.
And man, that was great, man. That was a great experience.
Yeah, Kings of Comedy was dope, man. I didn't know that Steve Harvey was the original headliner. Steve Harvey was the original headliner. Yeah, Steve, because he was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and he said originally he was the headliner. He said, but man, I had to go on after Bernie and Cedric, and that's like, I mean, and so like he didn't actually say they were funnier than him, but in so many words, he was like, these guys were better than me, and I had to go after them. So eventually they changed it to where Bernie Mac ended up, closing the show out. Yeah. And Steve Harvey just became, he was the MC, he was the host. Yeah.
Which he did a great job.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But good call though. I mean, because dude, imagine Bernie going on stage for like 30 minutes, man, killing the crowd. This is okay. Now you go on.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Cedric funny too. He's clever.
Because Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence toured together. They came to Sacramento.
Yeah.
And Martin Lawrence opened up. Chris Rock was a headliner. He couldn't follow Martin, man.
Martin.
We booed his ass.
Yo, people forget how sick Martin was on that stage, man.
Yeah.
When Martin did when he hosted Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah, that was live.
Fuck out of here.
Hey, the first season of Def Comedy Jam, Martin was unstoppable.
Yeah.
And he can heckle and bag on anybody.
He was a cheat code.
Yeah, Martin was cold, man. That's why when Joe Torre took over, no diss to Joe Torre.
I'm
like a little weird.
Yeah.
It was live when Martin was here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, fellas, I realize y'all on the East Coast, man. It's getting late.
I was about to say I got my blackened canned corned beef waiting for me. That I burnt earlier. Yeah.
Well, let me know. Let me know how that tastes in the chat later.
Oh man, yeah, Q, you didn't hear that one, bro. But I was late coming to the stream, Q, because I was making some canned corned beef and rice, and I fucked around, forgot I left the eye on, and so yeah, it was burning. It was burning pretty bad. I was able to salvage most of it.
Oh shit! You having the crock pot or on the stove?
On the stove, yeah. So I got some blackened Cajun fucking canned corned beef.
Oh yeah, at the bottom because you gotta scrub that out.
I got scrapped off the bottom, but look, ain't nothing no hot sauce can save though. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of hot sauce on that shit.
Cyrus, you over there falling asleep?
What's up?
Nah, not yet.
I don't see your eyeballs no more, brother. I'll see your eyes.
I'm here. I'm here.
So, man, what you talking about, man? My eyes is open.
Yeah.
I had a coworker like that, man. Yo, real quick, I had a coworker, man. This nigga eyes never stayed open, man. So we in the break room, right? This nigga sitting there like this, right? And we thinking he's asleep. So all of a sudden we watching the ESPN football highlights. This nigga say, "Hey, that boy throwing that ball, ain't he?" I'm like, nigga, you was up the whole time. What the fuck?
It looks like that sometimes because I got real small eyes. So yeah, listen, that same happened. I was in church one time, and my sister, because my eyes are real small, so unless I'm doing like this, sometimes it looks like my eyes are closed. So my sister was like, "Wake up!" I'm like, "I'm up.
I'm up." So we sit there like this to my motherfucker. I can see your ass. Oh shit!
I had a homeboy who was the opposite. His name was Richard Campbell. He had big ass eyes. Yeah, and his eyes would be open, but he's asleep.
That's what my kids' eyes is. My wife's eyes. My wife got some big ass eyes, yo. And she be like, I come downstairs and like they be open though, but she be asleep. I don't know.
Oh shit!
Like, she be snoring like a motherfucker.
Spend the night. I'll be like, I look at him. He be like this.
Hey, like fucking like Major Payne was sleeping with his eyes open.
That shit is spooky. That shit is scary. Man.
Yo.
His eyelids was too small to cover them big ass eyeballs he had, man.
And my son got a big ass eyes too. Like I was looking at his room, his fucking eyes just be open though. You know what I'm saying? But he was like sleeping. Like, are you asleep? You know what I'm saying? Or is this your big ass eyes?
So, hey, Q. With that theory, and motherfuckers that look like that die, you said you trying to do this shit to them? It ain't gonna work.
Hey, that was Evil Dead Rise, man. The bitch was supposed to be dead, and they did that shit, and that motherfucker opened right back up.
With a fly and shit. The fly lighted on her iris, nigga.
Yeah, that movie's a trip, ain't it?
Oh man, I loved it though, man. That shit was crazy.
Oh man, y'all killing me. Man, this has been a blast, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for coming through.
Yes,
no
doubt.
Man, we do this again, man. And I love what we got going on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man.
This is dope.
Right.
This is real dope, man.
Anytime.
So Q, any upcoming projects you got coming?
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing you know what I'm saying, a couple new lists, you know what I'm saying? I got to do my commentary of Fright Night. We got to talk about, you know what I'm saying, why Charlie is, you know what I'm saying, a whole ass snitch dude, you know what I'm saying?
Charlie ain't shit.
I think he's snitch though, you know what I'm saying? Why you telling on the vampire when he's about to get some pussy? I'm just saying, my dude.
Fright Night series?
Huh?
There's a Fright Night series?
No, it was an old movie from '85.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you were talking. Because I'm familiar with the original. I thought they had made a series.
Yeah, I'm talking about the original. I'm talking about Charlie Brewster, punk ass. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they did. Well, there's a second Fright Night that not many people talk about. Fright Night 2.
Colin Farrell?
Yeah, no, that's
no,
that's
a remake. There's actually a Fright Night 2 that came out 2 years after the original, but I think it was straight. I think it was straight to video.
Yeah,
you can't get no video. It's like one of the hardest Blu-rays to get, and they just don't have it.
Was it that bad?
Watch it.
It's good. No,
I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it in so long. I remember seeing it back in the day. I thought it was weirder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fright Night 2 was actually. I think Fright Night 2 scared me more than the original. Like that, the one vampire that was in the rollerblades.
Yeah, well, I sent it to you, dog. That dude was crazy with the perm.
Creepy as shit. It's on. You can watch on YouTube for free. Just put in Fright Night 2. It's right on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one of the videos I got coming up, and I got a couple more. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling. Great to be on here with you guys tonight. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying for
Always, brother.
having me, man. This was dope.
All right, G, what you got coming up next, brother?
I ain't got shit coming up, nigga. Honestly, let me see. The Little Mermaid drops Friday, so I'll probably drop a video on that.
Oh, you gotta do it in the car. You know what I'm saying? Little Mermaid review. So.
Yeah. Taking the family to go see it Friday. So all my shows are done, man. Snowfall.
Yeah.
I'm not watching Power Book 2. So I ain't got shit to talk about, to be honest with you. So maybe if I get on some drink, maybe spark some creativity.
There you go. Yeah. Myself,
dinner and the movie. It's about time.
I just got back from New York a couple of weeks ago, so I'm in the middle of editing the movie. It's 85% shot and done. So I was spending all my time doing that. And so I took the whole month of April off from watching movies. Mm-hmm. So Fast 10 was the first movie I've seen since March in theaters.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. And March.
But like me and Q, we talked about this, man. Like the whole movie review thing. Not that I'm over it. It's just that I need to find a new way to make it more exciting again, you know?
Yeah.
Because everybody's doing the same thing. They're fighting to see who can review it first. So
saturated. Listen, Darnell cannot sleep at night unless he sees a movie 2 weeks early. So he'll because he knows I get mad at him, right? So this nigga hit me up to my yes, I guess what I'm going to see this weekend. What? I'm going to see the Super Mario Brothers. I'm like, nigga, that don't come out for 2 weeks. I said, how the fuck you see this movie so early? Well, I know a guy who knows a guy that knows a guy, so that's what I'm able to do.
He got that plug though.
Up with that.
Yeah, so, I mean, I hate on him, but in a good way. I don't like hate him. I'm like, motherfucker, how you always get to see his movies so early?
I can't even be that guy. Like, I gotta like take the kids to, you know what I'm saying, basketball practice and shit, cut the grass and all type of shit. I can't be the first dude. I'm too old, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But that be him though. He watches them like a week or two early. I'm like, I hate you, man.
And for me, it's expensive, man. These movies are expensive, so I'm probably gonna hold out and wait to Flash, Mission Impossible, Indiana. What else?
Transformers, Beast Wars. Yeah, Beast Wars is about to drop.
Yeah. So,
that's gonna be clean.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, I know doing sound design and movie. The shit that I shot in New York. Dope. Oh my god.
Yeah, nice. Dude. I see some of the wide shots. I was like, damn, that shit's tight, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The angle, man, got definitely talent. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to check.
Well, thanks, fellas. I appreciate it, man. And my man, Cyrus, what's up with you? What you got coming out?
Just I'm in post production for Year of the Rat, so that's my baby. So I've been working on that. Festival season, so gearing it up for film festivals. That's it.
Cool.
I hear that, man.
Yes, sir. When you blow up, don't forget the little people, man.
Oh, never. I'm never gonna. I'll never do that. Never.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I remember, man. We used to do live streams together. Now you get on Hollywood and shit.
Never. I'm still. When I blow up, I'm still be on Directors Talk Live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actually, this is my favorite content to produce now on my channel. Is this show right here?
Live streams.
It's real, man. That's what I'm saying. Like I think you know what I'm saying, that we were just talking about like the YouTube space getting oversaturated with the same type of YouTube reviews. Because I will see, you know what I'm saying, the only people I fuck with, like, you know what I'm saying, I watch y'all reviews, of course, you know what I'm saying, immediately.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, like, see y'all actually, thoughts and shit. But then you go outside of that guys, and then everybody kind of saying the same thing and want to be the smartest this way and this way, like want to be damn rather or some shit. Like, this is how you do your YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? Where's your pop figures at? You know what I'm saying? This is you and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of come off as fake and phony, but not all the time. I'm not saying I hate all that because a lot of people like that shit too. You know what I'm saying? The PC reviews, right? Yeah, like some people don't even like curse at all in the videos. You know, like I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And they they can get their point across. Right. Pretty good, but sometimes it be kind of boring and shit. Same thing, Campy is gone. John Campy out of here, nigga. He was like, y'all don't like my shit, then fuck y'all. I'm taking my show.
His channel is big old. He can't find himself right now.
Yeah, he took his shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like he's shit behind the paywall.
I was never a fan of Campy anyway. I mean, I'm not to hate on the man, but I just his reviews styles wasn't my cup of tea. You know.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to listen to him.
He was all about doing live shows, trying to be like ESPN, and that's cool.
I like that format. I like his format.
Champion.
Well, that's what Jody.
Yeah,
that's
it was
what Jody kind of pat himself off of. Jody's corner of the John Campia show. But you know, you need loyal people, and going to one person's house, sitting around a big old table. To me, it's cool, but it's not what I do.
Yeah. I was just never a fan of Campia. Like, I mean, I still watch Jeremy Johns. I still watch Stuckman. I used to be a big fan of Harloff, Christian Harloff, and used to be the Schmoes, but then the other guy he left. But yeah, I fuck with Harloff too.
Yeah, man,
I like Harloff. I still support him.
Double Toast is probably my favorite one. I love Double
Toast.
Yeah, come on,
it's the only thing that's consistent for me. Double Toast.
Guys.
Yeah.
But Q, remember this before Q knew what Double Toaster was, because what was that?
They dissed me.
They dissed Q on Double Toast. Yo, so I hit Q up thinking that he was gonna be honored by it, right? Yo, Q got mad and went in on them niggas.
He said homeboy had raccoon eyes.
Yeah, I was mad, yo. Like, what the fuck you talking about? I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what was that? What was that new thing that came out? That new app? What it was? That she was.
What the fuck was that? It was like some movie app. You could just like record like
30 second reviews or whatever. Yeah,
I forgot what that shit was called.
So Cyrus, I hit.
I was buying some flowers and shit, bro. I came out.
I said you on prime time, bro. I said you on prime time. You on Double Toasted. And Q watched it. Q said, "What? What the nigga said about me?" He went on the asses.
Man, Q told that ass up.
So they was making fun of your appearance.
No. I think about a video. I was making fun of myself. I was like doing a joke myself. I think it was behind some flowers or some shit. I don't even remember what I was doing. Like the Winnie the Pooh. I think I was Winnie the Pooh or some shit. I was reviewing that shit.
I think it was Winnie
Mr. Robinson or whatever that shit was called. And I was like, the Pooh and me or whatever the fuck. Them niggas went in on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was foolish. I was cool with it now because I watch them all the time now. Like they're one of my favorite shit.
I was about to say, I think at the time, I don't think you knew what they were at the time.
I went on this, but yeah, I watch them now.
Oh shit!
What a live stream! This shit is real. That's what I'm saying.
He is big time. He's on a segment of Double Toasted.
So like to me, I'm like, that's a big deal. Q was like, what the fuck them niggas said about me? I said, oh shit.
He did his video. He said Corey had raccoon eyes.
Yeah, Corey had raccoon eyes.
Damn, did I do that? I forgot.
He got dark circles around his eye, motherfucking raccoon.
Oh man.
Don't get on Q's fast side. He'll tear your ass up.
I never make YouTube videos about other YouTubers or something, but like I just went in on it was only one.
That's
shit.
They tight.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, fellas. Well, we do it again soon, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
No doubt, man.
No doubt, man. That was fun.
All right, time to eat.
Hey, I'm already started, man. Look, I'm already
here.
Rice, some Asian sausage, some onions.
Damn. Asian and white.
Look, you know I need this stuff, but they say I got a weight problem. Can't wait to eat.
All right, y'all. Peace and love. See y'all next time.
Peace.
In a minute.
Tight, man. That was tight.